good morning.
Morning, gardeners.
Yes, welcome to YouGarden TV. We're just so happy to be here. I was thinking, the clocks change. I think it's 6 weeks this Sunday.
No, I think it's 7 weeks this Sunday.
Oh, it might
I'm
be
sure you
still.
said 8 weeks.
Anyway,
it's soon.
There's only 3 weeks left in February, then it's March. So look, we are beginning to feel signs of spring in the air. And what we've got over the next few hours, well, first of all, we've got, in about an hour's time, we have got summer bedding on pre-order.
Yes, we have. This is one of them, but there are 6 in total. All the favourites. We've got begonias, we've got fuchsias, we've got busy Lizzys. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and this is bedding that sells out every single year, so it's your chance of reserving yours before anybody else.
Yeah, at the best prices as
well. We've also got, I think, Bex, we've got the best free gift we've had in a long time, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. It's our Blooming Fast fertiliser, and it's not the small bag, it's the bigger bag.
No, hang on, where's the small bag?
I don't know, was it in their basket?
Yeah.
So we do a smaller bag, but we're actually putting in the bigger bag, and that will make 20 watering cans, basically, of amazing feed. Really, really good. You do need this.
And then once we get into kind of March, April, that's when a lot of us start to feed our plants in the garden.
Yep.
And as Beck said, that will make 100 litres, so about 20 to 25 watering cans. One of those is free with every single order, as long as you use our special code, which is YGTV0624.
Yeah, but that code doesn't just give you a free gift with purchase. No. It unlocks all of the other deals that we have. So if you want to get free postage, for example, get your order to over £40, enter the code, and the postage costs will be knocked off. If you want to get the buy one, get one free, the double up deals, any of the savings on any of their items, it's all unlocked by using that code.
And what would be nice, I mean, this is a very interactive show.
Yeah, it is actually.
So we love it when you message us. So you can chat with us on YouTube. Morning Neil, he's already in there.
Morning Neil.
Also, you can chat with us on Facebook. But what else can we do, Bex?
We have a new email address. It's only been running for a few weeks. We're getting loads of emails on there. We really do enjoy getting your emails. You're sending us your pictures. We've had so many of them. We've been getting garden envy, haven't we? Because people have been sending pictures of their gardens. So please interact with us. If you've got any questions, any comments, any jokes, gardening-related jokes, we love those. Or if you want to send us any pictures of, I don't know, your garden last year, what you're looking forward to doing this year, what you're planting at the moment, we would love to see them.
Yeah, and just let us know what you're ordering today. As well. We'd love to know, which items are your favourites on the live show
And I don't know if you noticed, we are gilet twins today.
Yes.
We've gone for the twinning look this morning.
I must admit, I do wear gilets a lot, but that's a really nice one.
I love my gilet.
Yes.
I found it in the charity shop. I was quite happy.
It's amazing. I know. You tell me how much you paid for it. It was great.
Bargain. Love it.
I know. We live a bargain, and we've got some great deals here on the live show. So, we've got summer bedding coming up in about an hour.
Yes.
We've got lots of favourites over there. But there's lots of items over here that you did not see on the show yesterday. So we're going to start with those.
OK, so we're going to start off with our geranium and potentilla festival mix. This one has been a favourite. We've brought it to you a few times. Not for a little while now, though, and it has always been a favourite. You do love this. We love this as well, don't we?
Well, I mean, the mix is adorable. The colours are sensational. But
proper
the
festival
value... I mean, I'm too old to go to festivals now, I reckon.
No, you're never too old, Shaun. Never too old.
Well, maybe not, but I'm happy to sit in the garden and just look at this. Yeah. That'll do me. 6 gorgeous bare roots, $9.99, so working out about $1.66 each. And these will flower really well, I would say, this year, first year.
Totally, yeah, because they're quite fast growing, aren't they? A lot of the time we say with bare roots, they do need a little bit of time to establish. And yes, they will establish and they will get better and better. But yeah, in your first year, you will get some amazing displays from these. I mean, they can grow to a decent size as well. We're talking sort of, 40, 50 centimetres height, but the spread is brilliant, isn't it? Because it's great ground cover.
And these will come back year after year after year. I always grow quite a few annual geraniums, the bedding ones. Yeah. But when the frosts come, they die, and that's it, unless you bring them inside or put them in the greenhouse. But these are perennials that come back year after year after year. And they do flower all summer long, with no effort.
No effort at all. So probably from about May, June time, these will start to flower, and they'll just get bigger and better, and they'll keep going all the way through to the first frost. My geraniums were going into November. We were saying November, weren't they?
Yeah, they really
we were still getting geranium flowers right the way through.
And don't be scared of bare roots.
No,
they are
please.
the easiest to plant.
And the most cost-effective.
Yeah.
Across the whole range of bare roots that we do. If you think about buying a potted plant, you're paying for the time it's taken somebody to pot that up, the compost used, the pot used.
Yeah.
So it does
and the
come
transportation as well, because obviously that's going to be a lot bigger and heavier.
Yeah, so it does come at a higher cost. So buying a bare root is just the same, basically, as planting a potted plant.
Yeah.
There's one extra step. You just need to soak the bare root for a couple of hours. That's it.
That's it.
And you'll get some amazing displays at a really, really decent price.
So the value there is sensational. We do sell geraniums in the summer. We had some last year. I remember the Roseanne, for example. That was $14.99, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was,
for
definitely.
one in the pot. Great value. But if you go for the 6 bare roots, works out $166 each.
Hey, he's on it with his maths, look.
Sun or shade, or part shade, I should say.
Yeah, so I've got geraniums in 2 areas of my garden. One's kind of full sun and one's more shady, and they both flower beautifully, so they are really good.
So if you want to go for those, do it today. They're $9.99 for all 6. It is the festival mix.
Yeah, lovely.
And we're never too old, apparently, to go to a festival.
Never, ever too old, even if it's just in your garden.
Yeah. I'd much prefer to sit in my garden looking at flowers.
Yeah, me too.
Now, we have still got a fantastic price on our Ceanothus. Do you know, out of all the shrubs that we bring you, this, for me, I think it's one of the best we do, don't you?
It genuinely is. I adore Ceanothus.
It's what I call a crowd pleaser. This is for everyone, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I mean, it's evergreen, first of all. So
you've got great for this time of year, doesn't it?
Beautiful foliage on there. Like, it's lovely. I mean, it's small foliage, but I actually really like that because there's lots of it. It's a lovely deep green colour.
And it's glossy, isn't it?
Glossy and deep veining on the leaves as well. So it's, there's something really interesting to look at all year round. But it's in the springtime, sort of May time onwards, when this really does come into its own.
And this is your mum and dad's, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Bless them, this is in their garden. Now, they said to me they think this is about 4 or 5 years old. It would have been the size we're bringing to you today. So it grows to a really decent size, and they've got it in their border. As you can see, there's a fence there. It fills that part of the border, and it fills it with these gorgeous. It's known as Californian lilac because you get these beautiful lilac-coloured pom-pom flowers, and it does cover that evergreen foliage.
I was just going to say that. Some shrubs that I've got in my garden, some years you just get a smattering of flowers, but when you see Ceanothus, it does tend to be the whole thing in general, doesn't it?
It really does, and it's so reliable. It's so easy to grow. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, and what that tells you is that it is a proven performer. They don't give that award away easily or lightly. They trial these plants before they will give it that merit. It is
really quite difficult to kill a Ceanothus.
I agree.
They're just like a sunny spot. They're easy to prune. They're relatively fast growing as well.
Yeah.
They'll also do very well in a pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum had one in a pot for about 8 years. We did finally put it in a border because we dug a new border. And I must admit, in the border, it's gone like crazy.
Yeah, but if you haven't got the space for it, it absolutely can live in a pot, and it will restrict the size of it. You'll still get an amazing display of those flowers every single year around May, June time. And you do often get a second flush of flowers, don't you? Sort of September, October. It will be smaller. It won't be as covered as you will get it in May time, but you will get a second smattering of flowers on there as well.
Sure.
Smattering, I love that word. Thank you.
I like that.
You've just added that to my vocabulary.
Yes,
I like that.
Smattering.
Smattering.
Fully winter hardy, as we mentioned.
So that has our lifetime guarantee.
It does.
Which is something we should point out whenever we have a winter hardy plant. It means a lifetime guarantee. So if it fails to thrive, if you do kill it,
and that's really hard to do.
It's hard, but if it does fail to thrive, all you have to do is get in touch with our customer services department, and we will replace it absolutely free of charge. You just need to cover any postage costs to get that out to you. But I think that's another really good thing for your peace of mind to know that you can plant this and you've got that guarantee.
And it does give you an indication of how confident we are with the quality of our plants and how hard that is. Yes. Yeah. So it's only $9.99, and it does come already quite established, actually, well established in a 2-litre pot as well. 510-886. Now, one of my favourites is coming up next.
Yeah, I love this one.
The Loropetalum black pearl. Quite an unusual plant. You don't seem to see it in the garden centres. Not sure why, but it is actually one of the best sellers here at YouGarden, isn't it?
It really is. And I think there's a few different reasons for it, because it doesn't mind a shady spot
No,
for starters, does it?
Mine, I mean, not full shade, but definitely quite shady.
Yeah, absolutely. So that, you know, it will go into a place in your garden where a lot of other plants actually won't thrive. It has a gorgeous dark foliage on it, which I think is brilliant, isn't it? Because we obviously have a lot of greens in our garden. So to have that dark, almost black, sort of maroony colours on there, that's really valuable because it contrasts beautifully with the green foliage.
And then when it flowers...
Yeah, this is stunning.
And it flowers early springtime. Look at these. These are like... Well, I describe them as fireworks, but you often describe them as ribbons, don't you?
Yeah, they're like ribbons, aren't they? They're like a gymnast's twirling thing, you know, like those things. And they're bright pink as well. These aren't just a little bit pink. They are really pink. They are hot pink. And as you can see on the plant that we've got in the studio, these are in bud. You can see those lovely little bits of pink there, and they are going to erupt into those sparklers, into those ribbon flowers. And it grows. It has a lovely growth habit, doesn't it? The way that it sort of arches. It's quite calming.
I think it's got a little bit of a kind of oriental feel to it and look. So
look, that's beautiful.
I've got mine near my acers and grasses and things like that. But yeah, it just naturally almost like floats, if you know what I mean.
And didn't you? You've said to me a few times now, if ever anybody comes to your garden, and obviously Shaun's got a big garden, so he's got lots of plants in there, but this is the one that people are drawn to.
And interesting enough, Bex did speak. I run a garden club in our village, and Bex kind of came with Jenny, who works behind the scenes here. You came and talked about some of the plants.
Yeah, we had a whole list of plants, like 20 different plants, but this was the one that everybody was really interested in. They asked lots of questions.
And most
they
people didn't know.
No, they didn't know it.
And a lot of them, not all, but we've got some really experienced gardeners in the club. But yeah, hardly anyone knew this plant. So it was great. And Bex was very kind to give the plants away at the end of the meeting. Well, thanks to our head gardener, Peter.
Thank Peter.
But everyone wanted that one, didn't they?
They all went for that one. And there was only one.
So most people just took down the item and ordered afterwards. So yeah, it's available right now. It's only $9.99. Very easy to grow. It's relatively slow growing, I'd say. It's not...
and it doesn't get massive either, does it? I mean, ultimate growth, it can get to sort of a metre and a half, and it can spread by that much as well. But it's going to take a long time to get there.
And again, very happy in a pot as well. 510604.
Here we go. Here's a stunner for you.
Yeah.
Oranges and lemons.
This one, honestly, I'm like looking at that image there.
I know.
And it's just incredible, isn't it?
It's beautiful. When it comes to roses, I mean, I love roses anyway. I love all the roses, but I just think the one that's got this mixture of colour. Look at that.
I know.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's so bright and vibrant, isn't it?
I love that orange and lemon combination going on there. It's a real sort of, it's quite dazzling. It's a lovely novelty rose. It'll definitely draw attention, won't it, when it's in your garden?
I mean, the breeding that must have taken place here is
spectacular,
right? Isn't it?
It's just so clever. Ooh. You get these lovely striped sort of bi-coloured rose clusters on there. Each flower is going to be 100% unique. It's actually caused, the colour variation in here is caused by something called the jumping gene, which has actually been bred into it. So it
stops any flower being identical to the previous ones.
Exactly, yeah. So they're all going to be very, very different from each other.
So some might have a lot more orange, some might have a lot more yellow.
Yeah.
Some might have a real mixture
of all of them. And you do get lovely clusters on there as well. Now, it is brought to you as a bare root. So this is how it comes. It comes wrapped in that plastic wrap at the bottom there. So all you need to do when you get it home is unwrap that, soak the bare root for a couple of hours, and then plant it. It's as simple as that, I promise you. So it's the same as taking a potted rose, and we'll be selling them this size, potted,
in pots, for a lot more.
It's exactly the same. The only additional process... The only additional step in the process is to soak that bare root for a couple of hours. You plant it exactly the same way.
To be honest, I tend to with roses sometimes like give them a soak overnight.
Yeah,
You don't have to, but
I think minimum 2 hours. But I think that if you can do it overnight, that would be better. What you're doing is giving it a good drink. You're waking it up because this has been lifted from the ground whilst it's in its dormant state. It's then been kept in cold storage, so it just keeps it fast asleep. By giving it that drink of water, you are waking it up. And actually,
look at this.
Can you see there are buds forming on here. There's lovely little green shoots coming, and they're all over this plant already.
And
so this one is already waking up.
And it will flower this first year.
This first year,
yeah,
absolutely.
And, in terms of planting depth, just better show you, that's what we call the union.
Go on.
So you've got the roots, you've got obviously all the stems. That bit goes just below.
So I would plant to about here.
Yeah, so just below.
That's it. And we do recommend adding some kind of organic matter or something into the planting hole.
Yeah, our compost is brilliant.
But one thing we do recommend you adding to your basket, if you're buying any bare roots, to be honest with you, is this root grow, the mycorrhizal fungi.
And this really just gets that secondary root system going at a really quick rate.
Yeah.
So that gets the plant established earlier, but also maintains its health for, I would say, a lifetime.
Absolutely. But particularly if you're putting it into pots, it maintains that life within the pot for the lifetime. It's a one application thing. And the quicker you can get the roots established, the quicker the plant can then put its energy into creating shoots and flowers.
And growth. So it's called root grow. Again, our website's so easy to navigate around. If you just type in root grow, it'll come up, and we've got various sizes normally available on that one as well. But yeah, I love that one, Bex.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? We brought it was ages ago actually that we brought it on one of the shows here, and it was very popular then, so we had to bring it back for you.
God, you know what? I've got these song oranges and lemons in my head now. Right, so we better move on.
Yeah,
right, we've got the most spectacular Fatsia coming up now. And I say spectacular. I've got a Fatsia in my garden, but it's not the variegated variety. I still love it. But this is wonderful, isn't it? It's
absolutely stunning. It is one of my favourite plants that we bring you. I've got this. I haven't planted it out yet, but I will be doing it very soon. And it is that variegation, I think, that just sets this apart from other Fatsia varieties out there.
Now, if you don't know the Fatsia japonica, I know the popular names, I call it a castor oil plant, but you would look at that and presume it was maybe quite tropical, Mediterranean, a little bit difficult, but they're super hardy, aren't they?
So hardy, it's ridiculous. I mean, this is one of the things I love about it, that tropical feel that you get from it. But actually, this is winter hardy, you know, this can cope with our winters. It has our lifetime guarantee. Sometimes in the coldest winters, it might go a little bit droopy.
Yeah, when it's sort of frozen, it does do this.
Yeah, and that's fine, because it instantly bounces back again. Yeah, once the frost has passed, it bounces back.
Just that.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, there are some mornings in the depth of winter, I'll wake up, look at mine, and it does look like it's like this. It's like,
but that's the same as all of us. Yeah. We all feel like that in the depth of winter,
but it's amazing, as Beck said, as the snow melts, as the frost passes, it just bounces back.
Yeah.
I've never managed to kill one of these.
Haven't you?
No, touch wood.
I'll touch my head for you.
They do flower, of course, in winter as well.
Yeah, they have these quite unique flowers, don't they? They're quite spectacular.
They come on funny kind of twisty stalks, and they're like, I call them like little white balls.
Yeah, but they're not densely packed, are they? They're quite open, the flowers. They're very, very interesting. I do love this plant for another reason, and that is that it will happily live in sun, but it will also happily live in a decent amount of shade. Not full shade, but certainly, you know, half shade, let's say. And that's why I'm planting it into my border. I want it to get big. 2.5 metres it can grow, height and spread, ultimately. But that border gets a bit of morning sun, and then it's shade for the afternoon, and this is going to live happily in there. And I'm also told, and it was our lovely Adam, wasn't it, who's one of our regular viewers, and he has clay soil just like me. He's the one that told us that this actually lives happily in clay soil, so I'm really pleased I've grown it. Any soil, by the way, doesn't have to be clay.
When I think where mine is, it is a little bit clay, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, my garden's so weird because it was a new build, and I've got lots of different raised beds, and the soil that filled them came from various different places.
Right.
So it's a right challenge.
You've got a mixture.
Yeah. Like, honestly, every border's different. So I've been able to work out what works where. But mine is in a fairly clayey border. It's not like your sob. It's definitely
solid,
quite heavy, but it does great. But it's a wonderful one, is that?
Top tip, absolutely, with that one. If you've got a big border to fill, that will happily fill it. But likewise, you can actually keep these in a pot as well, and they will live happily in a pot and not get that big. So it depends on the size of your garden. And
don't forget, if you have any questions, any comments, you can chat to us on YouTube, Facebook, and you can email us ygtv@yougarden.com. Philip's just said it's a bit wet where he is. He's actually here, isn't it?
It is. It's raining here as well, so it's the perfect weather for staying indoors and sitting and watching us today, isn't it?
See, if I wasn't working today, I'd have what I call a duvet day. Do you like a duvet day?
I'd love a duvet day.
When you just lie on the sofa all day with a duvet.
Watch telly.
Watch telly, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dreaming of that.
I've not had one of them for ages,
No,
actually.
me neither.
No.
We might have to find a day to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously not together. But
No. We do sound like an old couple, don't we? Oh, yeah, we'll have to have a day to do that.
Should we sit in a duvet?
Yeah, have a cup of tea together. Yeah, put
Cup of tea and a biscuit. Oh, yeah.
We need a new image. We need to be the trendy young gardeners. Bex, come on. Yeah.
Oh, look, I can't stop touching
Do you know what?
this.
I mean, jokes apart, I know it's not good weather today, but it's a nice time now, isn't it? The days are
lovely,
getting
isn't it?
longer. 3 weeks left are into March. The bulbs are just coming through. My snowdrops are now almost out. Yours
Actually,
are
this
out.
rain is going to be fantastic. Might just give them an extra little boost,
Yeah.
mightn't it? Might go and have a look in the garden later when I get home. See
But
what's going on.
It's a nice time of year, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely.
And so we're all beginning to really plan our gardens for this spring and summer. Right, this looks spectacular right now. We had this on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really fully out.
It was just buds.
Yeah.
The buds were there. There was the promise, wasn't there? But it wasn't quite out. And now it's out. And this is stunning, isn't it?
It really is.
I adore this, and I want one
I
in my
think I
garden.
want one of these now.
I don't have one,
No, I
and
don't.
I feel like I need to find a space for them. Because look at what happens at this time of year. Look at these lovely. What I really like. I love that pink colour. Where is it? Which one? There. That one there.
Is that your favourite one?
Can you see that lovely white?
Oh, yes.
Furry edge that you get. It's like a little halo going around there. So you've got that lovely pink colour and then that beautiful halo of the white that's just shining under the light.
I'll tell you what, we're just going to
It's coming, it's focusing. Hold on.
Yay! Oh, that's nice.
Isn't it pretty? And the thing is, this can get really big. If you want it to. It can get to 2 metres height and spread here. So can you imagine that? Bigger than me, bigger than Shaun.
Bigger than me.
Bigger than you, but absolutely covered in those beautiful pink catkins.
Yeah.
Now, these are used a lot for cut flower displays.
You're so right. I've got a really kind of high-end supermarket near me that I hardly ever go to. It's too expensive. But they did have just some, I mean, fairly small displays of these, and they were like £10. So
Absolutely.
you got about 4 twigs.
Well, they're lovely fillers within those cut flower displays,
and they do last,
aren't they?
actually. I have had them inside in displays of flowers, and they do last a fair amount of time.
They do. They last a long
That's
time, and they
gorgeous,
look
isn't it?
absolutely beautiful when used for that. So the thing is, you don't have to pay for those when you've got one of these in your garden, because you will have a plethora of these. You'll be able to cut these stems and create those displays yourself.
And we have got £10 off. Again, you do need to use that code. It's really important. YGTV0624. And what I love is you've got all the little catkins before the leaves have come out.
Yeah.
So the leaves are just beginning to show signs of life.
Yeah, there's a few here.
Yeah.
There's a few leaves starting to come out. But what happens to the catkins as well is that they start to turn a slightly yellow colour.
Yes.
And that's actually where the pollen is really starting to come in. So this makes it a wildlife-friendly plant, because it will invite those pollinators in.
Position-wise, what we're talking here, Bex?
I'm going to say sun for this. I mean, maybe a little. I can probably cope with a little bit of shade, but you probably want a decent
I'm
amount of
thinking
sun on
reasonably
it.
moist soil.
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yeah, but it's beautiful, isn't it? You've got to find a space for that.
I will be honest. I've not had this variety, but a similar one in my previous garden, and it did pretty much look after itself.
Yeah, there's not much you need to do. You can prune it and trim it back and maintain the shape of it, but there really isn't much that you need to do, and you just get these lovely upright growth habit going on with this.
Yeah.
So it's so simple, so easy, really, really easy gardening.
It's gorgeous, absolutely stunning.
That's
Who
a
would not
lovely
want one of
picture right
those
there.
in their garden right now? 511 365 and only £14.
It's not a picture, it's real.
It is, at 99p.
It's live.
Yeah, good morning, everyone, by the way. I'm so glad you're all having what we call duvet days. You're sat home on the sofa, enjoying our garden show.
I'll be doing that this afternoon. Well, I'll be doing it whilst learning about some more plants. But yes, I'm going to get the duvet on the sofa, cup of tea.
Yeah, you've got a few new ones to learn, haven't you?
I have.
Right.
Can we do this one? Because I love it.
There's such a gorgeous fragrance
I've got
in
to
our
get my nose
potting
in.
shed.
I mean, I don't really need to get that close, but...
I mean, honestly, it's just... I have to, I think...
You know, Shaun doesn't have a very good sense of smell at the best of times, do you?
No.
But even this...
I really don't. It's useless, my nose. But I can really smell that so well.
It is the most... It's quite... we were saying yesterday, it smells quite like a verbena.
Viburnum.
That's what I meant. Smells like a viburnum. we were bringing the Eve Price, weren't we,
Yes,
over Christmas,
yes.
and it smells very similar to that, but I think a bit stronger.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh my word, it's stunning. Right, this is a really interesting one. In fact, I have to say, this is on my list. Bex placed an order before the show started.
I did.
Yeah, you were the first order. No, the second order.
Second order this morning.
I'm putting together a list because I've got quite a lot that I want on the show at the moment, including the summer bedding that's coming up on pre-order. But this has gone on my list, Bex.
Yeah, I love it. It's called the paper bush. It's actually called the paper bush because it's grown in, I think it's Japan.
Yes.
And they make paper from it. I mean, that's a good name.
Yeah. actually makes sense, this one, doesn't it? Yeah.
But this is the Grande Flora, and that, I think, is why we call it the Grande Flora. Look at that.
Oh. Now, I love the natural shape of this as well. It's sort of like the branches kind of twist and bend.
Yeah.
But the way that it flowers before any foliage is reminiscent of a magnolia. It has that stature, doesn't it?
It definitely does. And it can get to sort of 1.5 meters in height.
So it's not too big, this one, is it?
Not too big at all, no. And it's quite slow growing, so it's not one that you need to, constantly be pruning into shape or anything. In fact, there's no real maintenance, no regular pruning required. It'd just be maintenance pruning of cutting off any sort of, dead branches or something.
Now, hardy we say about -5, don't we?
Yes, obviously the more it grows, the hardier these things become, but to about -5 is what we're saying. So in the worst winters, you might need to give this a bit of extra protection. You might need to mulch, maybe put a fleece around it. But I think it's worth that tiny bit of extra effort to get that kind of display that we showed you. Because when this is in flower, as this is now, and as this matures, and you're able to get displays like that, it's totally worth any effort that you need to put into it, isn't it? And the fragrance, honestly, the fragrance that you will get from this. This plant here, which has got 8 flowers on it, we counted yesterday, it is filling this potting shed, isn't it, with fragrance?
Yeah, it really is. I just cannot stop smelling it.
I know.
It really is delightful.
It's gorgeous. And to get that colour, that fragrance, those flowers at this time of year, you look in your garden right now, what is flowering? There's very little colour in the garden, isn't there? And what we need to do, and I'm not there yet, I'm always learning with gardening, but we need to have something, don't we, in every season, every month, that has that lovely colour, that has that lovely fragrance. And this could be the one for February.
Sorry, that is amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. That is on my list.
In fact, these two, I think, are a great combination. These two for this time of year.
What we love about YouGarden, well, so many things, but we have all the popular items, the crowd pleasers, as I call them, tried and tested, winners, favourites, but there's always something unusual, isn't there, as well? Yeah. And that excites us as gardeners.
To be honest, whenever we bring something just a little bit weird and wonderful, that tends to be one of the better sellers, That's the one that piques everybody's interest. We've got one coming up over there, which is our flame lily as well. And that goes into the weird and wonderful category.
Yeah. So just bear in mind, it's hardy to -5, so you want a really nice, sunny spot, sheltered, I would say.
Yeah, definitely sheltered.
Or in a pot where you can actually position it. I mean, even by the side of your house, sometimes that extra bit of warmth just brings up the temperature by a couple of degrees and makes all the difference. And also, if it's in a pot, you can always fleece it and things like that. It's only going to grow to about 1.5 by 1.5 metres. What are you looking for, Bex?
Well, so I placed my order this morning.
Oh, yeah. How many did you buy? Was it 10?
10. 10.
She honestly, Bex honestly did.
I placed my order and
she was on the phone like that, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like I was, when we were having a chat, and she's like, "I was like, what's?" And she seemed, because in quite a hurry, because it was just before the show started. But you said, "I'm placing an order."
I wanted to get my order in.
Yeah.
Who was it who placed the big order for these yesterday? Degsy, that was it. Degsy placed a big order for these. No, Dingo, that was it. And Dingo, basically, it's your fault. I've now done exactly the same thing. I've ordered 5.
5 sets.
But it's a buy one get one free.
So
and I'm bringing this out now because you. No, I've got 10. I've definitely got 10 in my order.
Yeah, but Dingo
he ordered 10 and got 20. I've ordered 5 and got 10.
Do you know? I mean, seriously, we're selling hundreds and hundreds of these.
Yeah.
But they are on offer. You really, if you've not seen these yet. We are doing a current promotion. They're normally $12.99 each, which is good, really good. But we've got £1 off.
Woohoo!
I know. but it's
and
fine.
it's a buy one get one free.
Yeah, it's a buy one get one free. That is time to celebrate.
Well, I was just bringing that out because you just said about the pots and being able to keep this in a pot. As I've got 10, I've definitely got. I'm using 8 of them because I'm going to grow loads of dahlias in them. But actually, I'm just bringing this in with the Grande Flora here because you could keep this in this pot and it would look beautiful. The black against the yellow of the flowers there. A little bit of extra protection in the winter. You can move it. I think that's a great combination, and I might have just persuaded myself that I need to buy the Grande Flora. I might have just persuaded that.
Good.
So Philip's got something to say about the Grande Flora. Would we like to hear it?
We would definitely. If you want those pots back there, they are honestly selling hundreds of them.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get my order in this morning.
That offer will come to a close. You know it will. Our offer's always available for a limited time. Right now, you get 2 of those for $11.99. So Philip has had his paper bush for 3 years.
Oh my God, we got a picture. Oh. It survived the -10 frost that they had.
Because last winter, yeah.
Wow, and it's still going strong. That's amazing.
Thank you,
Philip. Philip. Have you got a picture?
Yeah, I'm just...
Is it in flower now, Philip?
No, it's raining, remember.
Go get a picture.
But Philip, do us a favour. When it is in flower, it might not be in flower quite yet, but do send us a picture.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I'd love to see it.
That is interesting, though. So we obviously...
We'll give you the correct advice.
Which is -5, but... We know what nature's like, and I mean, last year my garden got down to -10, -11. It's amazing what did survive.
Yeah.
And then the odd thing didn't, and you're like,
yeah. Sometimes it's the things that you think are going to survive that don't. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Do you know, true story, and I won't go on too much of a tangent, but I've got 2 hardy aloe veras outside, and I've had them years. And do you know what? Last year, both of them looked dead.
Right.
Because it was like it got to -10, -11, and they were just black mush. And then, so one of them I cut right back, and I just hoped for the best. And it started to get a few green shoots. It was fine. The other one, nothing happened. So I dug it up and I shoved it. I don't know, I think my green bin was full. So I dug it up, looked dead, shoved it in a black 30-litre pot, just in there.
And it grew?
Well, I forgot all about it. And then about 6 weeks later, I thought, oh yeah, that needs binning. I was just about to bin it, and there's some green shoots on it.
Wow!
Yeah, and both survived. So,
that's amazing.
So yeah, you just never know, do you?
Absolutely.
But that's great that you're survived even at -10. Now, we also want to quickly remind everybody of our incredible compost. And I know we'll come back to this later and go into more detail, but what I will say is if you buy it today, the free gift is really good. It's worth $4.99. It's our blooming fast. So even if you just do 1 order for compost today, because you've got free delivery on the compost, your free gift is worth $4.99.
Yeah.
So you're getting it for the compost for under £20 if you work out the value.
And if you're a club member, you'll get 10% off the cost of this, and it is postage included as well. And this is the busy time when it comes to compost. Compost is our bestseller all year round, but we do have a couple of peak times in the year where compost is the one, and this is one of those peak times.
Right. We've been given 2 minutes.
So this is absolutely packed with essential ingredients. This is a trade secret that we have let out of the bag. This never used to be available to us as customers, but our wonderful head gardener decided we had amazing results, so we are going to share that. What we've got in here is 3 different types of peat. We've got dark and white peat. Some of that is renewable. The sphagnum moss peat is renewable, but what we've done is we've used the minimum amount to get the maximum results from this. We have little green balls. Can you see them as that?
Yes,
there's one right there.
Yep.
Loads of those distributed throughout here. That is a slow release fertilizer that will feed your plants for a good 6 months, 5 to 6 months once you plant things out in here. We've got a pH buffer in here. Puts it just at the right point to make this absolutely fantastic for the vast majority of plants that you will put in here. Seedlings, right the way through to trees, and everything in between you can plant in this compost.
Cool. Did you mention the wetting agent?
No, not yet.
Okay, there's also a wetting agent. Very quickly, you know when you plant up hanging baskets, you turn your back for a day and it's sunny and they all dry out. You try and water them and all the water just goes over the side of the basket onto you. It's really nice. What you've actually got is a wetting agent. In simple terms, it makes the water stick to the compost.
That's it, basically.
Which is great.
It's so good. We've got composted wood fibre in here as well, and it's 50% composted wood fibre. Incredibly well composted as well. There's no great big lumps and chunks in here. But what that does is it allows for even water distribution, it allows for water retention, but it creates this lovely, light, soft, fluffy, airy texture, and that is vitally important for root growth and development. Strong roots, strong plants. More fruits, more shoots, better bumper crops of fruits, all of that stuff.
So you do need to be super quick if you want to get this amazing deal today. Well, I say super quick. We always have good stocks.
We do, actually.
Compost, but the free gift is really good today.
Yeah.
Really good. And it's something everyone's going to use.
Totally.
Yeah.
And soon as well. You'll be starting to feed very soon.
Just a quick reminder, you know the Tuscany pots? So what's been happening, and this is the absolute truth, a lot of people are really massively ordering these. When I say massively, you're ordering in bulk.
Yep.
So Bex...
I just ordered 10.
You got 10 pots. Big orders yesterday, and somebody else today is now putting a massive order for these because they are a really good size. They're about 30 litres, 46 centimetres. Great drainage. What we are looking at right now in terms of stock, we think we'll have enough for today's show, but probably not Sunday.
Basically what Stuart's telling us is if they keep getting ordered in the numbers and quantities that we're seeing so far, Sunday might be a problem.
Yeah. And what we really like about this size pot, it's big enough to give you a lot of flexibility in terms of what you grow. So a small fruit tree would be great in here. Potatoes, great in here. And, you know, we do sell commercial pots, the 30 litres, which are brilliant for growing fruit and veg. But if you want your containers to look that a little bit more pretty, then these are the ones to go for. And the value is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, Bex, I like that.
I've just got me.
Yeah.
So now, with my extra 2 pots, because I've got 8 earmarked for my dahlias, now I've got 2 left. So I've got a paper bush and my salix.
So do you know what I'm thinking? So my mum's got most of her pots are from here at YouGarden, but she's got a few old sort of ceramic. I don't know the ceramic's the right word. They're like a white colour.
Right.
It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a composite, but they crack really badly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You don't get that with these.
No. But that
you don't
great.
get it.
So look, they are going to sell out by Sunday.
Else
we
can
reckon.
I put in it?
Get them in your basket today. 2 for $11.99.
Mimosa. That's coming up in a little while.
And I tell you what, because of the pots are black.
Yeah.
The Christmas
Hang on, we've got
rose, which is
something
coming at the Hellebore. Stay with that mimosa, actually, Bex.
Nope.
I'm just thinking.
Oh.
Come on.
Hello.
That's nice, isn't it? Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful.
That really is, isn't it? Oh, I'm excited today.
So yes, I think we've shown you that
Bex,
these are going to work with so many things.
Are we lucky to work here in the potting
We're
shed?
so lucky. You know what? We know how lucky we are, don't we?
Yeah, it's just such it's so lovely to be surrounded by plants. It's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Linda, what's she saying? She lost so much to the frost. She's going to have to get a paper bush. I agree with you, Linda.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Eliza, I'm sorry we're teasing you. Apologies.
Imagine what it's like for us.
We're teasing ourselves,
seriously,
to be honest.
Bex was putting this order in. She was like, oh, I really shouldn't buy that. Oh, well.
My husband's going to be annoyed when he sees the credit card bill later.
Bex was like, oh, the kids can have beans on toast again tonight.
It's fine, I won't buy any wine this week.
Yeah.
There we go.
What oh, God.
I'm lying.
I've got to say, I've never heard you say that before. Slightly worried there. Right. So those hellebores that we just showed you, these are amazing.
Yeah. I
actually bought these at Christmas time. So I had them indoors at Christmas. Now I've put them in the border underneath my eucalyptus. But for winter flying, Hellebores are amazing. There's lots of different varieties, but
yes.
this one is a particularly good one because it repeat flowers, it prolifically flowers,
Absolutely, it's the Christmas Carol variety, and it's been specifically bred in order to give you more flowers, longer flowering season, and more of them.
Yeah.
I said that already,
and they are a bit more...
It's an important point.
But the flowers as well are a bit more upright. I've got some varieties, and they're really pretty, but they
nod slightly, don't they?
Yeah, they look down. And I think you miss a little bit of the beauty in them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these really do stand up sort of loud and proud, don't they? And you get lovely mixture of colours going on there. You get them bright white. Look at that beautiful bright white. But then they sort of age, and you get these lovely greens and blush pinks on there. We call it the shabby chic look. So I think there's always something interesting to look at on there. And it's great that these flower over the winter season. December, January, February, and into March, you will have flowers on here. So it's winter colour, but it's also great for early pollinators as well. Aren't they pretty?
They are just the best for shade.
Yeah.
And they really, I mean, hellebores, they do flower pretty much all winter long. In the summer months, you've still got the foliage, but it does die back a bit.
It does.
Yeah, you tend not to notice hellebores as much in summer, which is fine. But the moment it starts to get chilly, they start to look absolutely magical. They do often as well self-seed. You get the little babies around them. One thing I will say with hellebores is when it comes to those really difficult areas, they do seem to perform really well. They don't seem that fussy about soil either, actually.
No, I mean, I've got the clay soil. I've got one planted in there, and it does beautifully every single year. And yes, it's starting to sort of spread a little bit as well. It's getting bigger. But every year, without fail, it comes back, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And that's what I love about it. In those seasons where not a lot else looks good.
That's a fabulous deal as well. You get all three covered in flowers. I mean, in fact, we're going to do some filming this afternoon in the nursery, which is just outside there, and show you, because we've got thousands of these at the moment.
Yeah, I bet they look gorgeous.
Yes. So get those in your basket today, $14.99, and you get 3 in 12 centimetre pots, 516054.
Eliza's saying if she worked here, she'd be in trouble. No. Stu's going to send you the vacancy board.
I must admit, I do, well, we both buy so many plants. And sometimes, I mean, I've got quite a lot that need planting now.
Yeah, I've got so many.
Yeah, I have.
Well, I've got so many. Well, they don't need planting right now, but I've got so many in pots that just I need to do something with.
But you know what? I never feel bad spending money on plants.
No, I don't.
There's far worse things to spend your money on, isn't there?
Like wine.
And now I never feel bad spending money on wine either. See, I'm not bothered about things like my car, as long as it
works.
Yeah, I'm not really a car person, but garden I love. Even the house, I mean, I like my house to look nice, but I'm far more interested in spending money on the garden.
Yeah, totally.
So don't feel guilty.
That's why I go to the charity shop to buy my gilet, you see. I can spend more money on plants that way.
Yeah, well, I'm the same.
I'm
I'm not that bothered about what I wear. As you probably, you know, people don't tune in for our fashion, do you?
I hope not.
I know, you're like, oh, I wonder what Shaun and Bex are wearing today. But you want to see the plants, and that's what it's all about. Right, the next deal is sensational. It's a double-up deal. So 1 hibiscus for $9.99, but for an extra £5, you get 2. And this is the Chiffon lavender. I was quite slow to the party with hibiscus. I don't know why, but I only really started to grow them the last few years. Same with my mum, but they're one of my favourites now.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? Real sort of tropical-looking flower as well. One that you would think you can't grow here, but actually you really, really can. These are winter hardy, down to -10. So these have our guarantee on them, and what you get are these exotic-looking flowers, and they last quite a long time as well. They'll probably start flowering around sort of June time, and they will keep going right the way through into October as well. And you get quite a lot of them on a plant, don't you?
Oh, you do. What I really like about them is the fact that they behave. They're not. I mean, I've got a buddleia and that doesn't behave.
No.
I've got bamboo, that really doesn't behave. But a hibiscus, they're relatively moderate in terms of their growth. They're very easy to prune. They're fairly compact, but you do get masses of flowers.
And they're big flowers as well, aren't
they? Yeah,
they
are big flowers.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it should be hardy. And there are some varieties of hibiscus that are not hardy. I bought a couple and they didn't survive, actually. I bought a couple that were tender and they didn't survive, but these are hardy, as Beck said, it's about -10. Sunny spot is best. They'll still flower in part sun, but they do prefer full sun.
They do prefer full sun. I got my first hibiscus last year and I planted it in a pot for that reason, so that I can make sure it gets the sunniest spot.
Yours. Was it?
No, I don't think I had it when you came round.
I'm going to say, yeah.
No, I don't think it was there when you came
round. I'm glad
round.
you got one now.
Yeah, no, I've got one and I think it's going to be glorious. Keeping it in a pot, obviously, will restrict the size somewhat, but I'm fine with that. They can get nice and big. They can get to 2 metres in height. Good metre spread if you want them to, of course, but I'm keeping mine in a pot just so that I have that beautiful, beautiful flower display.
Honestly, if you don't have hibiscus, then I would definitely recommend this. And I think the lavender chiffon is a gorgeous variety,
yeah, because the chiffon range, you get those lovely ruffled petals on there. Very easy to grow, no major pruning required. They can cope with a range of soils. They can even withstand a bit of drought and the summer heat and humidity as well. Important thing to let you know is that the hibiscus flowers grow on the current season's growth. So what you need to do is make sure you're not cutting that off, basically, otherwise you won't get the flowers. But do remember your plant can be bare until May.
It's a very good point, Bex, actually.
Yeah, because sometimes you can prune at the wrong time. I've done it with a couple of plants and pruned it at the wrong time, and then you end up with no flowers for that season.
Yeah. I remember I had a clematis for years. I was like, why does that clematis never flower? And
pruning it at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's important to know.
I'd inherited this clematis, you see, and I was like, why is it never
Sometimes you only learn by making those mistakes, don't
you? I know,
you?
you do. Right, so let's just, I know we've got lots of new viewers. Good morning. Let's show you how you can save money. We all like to save money. So, go to YouGarden.com. We've placed the hibiscus in our basket, $9.99. $6.99 postage. So let's do the double up deal. Still said $19.98 for 2 and $6.99 postage. Now, the reason you're not getting the best deal is because you haven't put the code in. So YGTV0624, in that goes. I'll wave my magic wand and suddenly they're only $7.49 each. And you're going to get your free blooming fast. That is worth $4.99. It will make 100 litres of premium plant food. It's really good. It's really high in your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium, 18, 18, 24. You've also got all your trace minerals and elements in there, such as your magnesium, your copper, your iron. An amazing all-round plant food. Now, you've still got $6.99 delivery. So, I'm just thinking, I don't know why it's saying $6.99 delivery, though.
It's supposed to be $4.99 delivery, isn't it?
So we'll fix that. But
we'll have a look.
What we will say is get your order to over £40 and you will get free delivery.
Lovely, yes. And if you can't get to the £40, we understand some people, you know, are on a budget. I'm on a budget. Then, you know, just play with your order until you get the best possible deal. We do an offer under 40 where you only pay 1 postage cost. So if you've got multiple postage items in your basket, we will only charge you the 1 postage as long as you enter the code.
So I looked bemused when Beck said she was on a budget. I thought, well, not by the size of the order you placed this morning. That's your idea of a budget, is it?
It is. I need the pots, all right?
Yes.
I need them. And the next order is the compost to fill the pots.
I'm joking, because I know everyone's on a budget, of course we are. But it's
always a big order.
Always nice to stretch that budget.
Sometimes.
Right. We said we always like to bring you great value, great deals, but also the weird, the wonderful, the unusual. And coming up now, we have got what's commonly known as the flame lily. Now, I don't think I've ever seen a flower quite like this.
I'm mesmerised by this.
I mean, it really does look like flames, doesn't it?
So beautiful. Those brush strokes of bright red petals with the margins on there and that yellow, that gorgeous flame shape and colour. I'm amazed by this. I think it's stunning.
Now, this again, it's one of those that it needs to be protected from frost, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. This isn't one that you're going to plant out now. Obviously, you can get it started. I'm going to recommend, because this is a climber, by the way. So what that's the other order I need to place. Oh, I need to order. So I'm going to order this, but I'm also going to add into my basket the tower pot. We have it on the website.
Yes.
It's fantastic. There's a deal on that. This is a climbing plant, so it needs something to climb up. So I'm going to put it in a tower pot, basically, but you can choose whatever you want to. It's a great self-supporting pot, so I recommend having a look into that. But this is going to create just the most tropical feel, the most beautiful display of those flame-coloured petals. And what happens is it sort of has that shape to it, but as they mature, the petals reflex and they open up, and then they show the beautiful centres, the green stamen and the orange and green anthers that you have in there.
I find really strange, Bex, that the stamens on the outside on the bottom.
I know, it's incredible,
isn't
isn't
weird? It's wonderful.
I think it looks...
Look at it.
In the best possible way. I think it looks alien.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. It would work beautifully, by the way, in a conservatory. You could grow this as a conservatory plant. And this is why I'm also saying about the tower pot, because you can move that in and out very, very easily, because it does need that extra bit of protection.
So inside a conservatory, outside in a frost-free environment. Let's have a look at what you actually get, because these are the tubers.
We actually haven't taken these out, have we?
Shall we show you?
I'm getting in.
I've got no idea, because I've never grown it. Well, neither of us have ever grown this one.
Oh, it's long.
I was going to say it looks long and thin, isn't it?
Oh.
Oh, my word. Hey.
So I'm going to suggest it's that way round.
Looks like it, Bex.
Does, doesn't it? I'm going to suggest it's that way around. What does it say on the bag? How deep?
Planted at 3 to 4 inches.
Okay.
Spacing 4 to 6 inches. So.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to put all three.
3 in a pot. Yeah.
I'm going to put all 3 in the tower pot, and then they will fill out. You will get flowers, obviously, this year. So starting from about July into August and into September, you'll get these beautiful, beautiful flowers on there. But I think all 3 in our tower pot, that will create a really nice full display, and it has something to climb up and in and through that way as well.
I think that's a fascinating one.
I love it. And you love it as well. It was one of our most popular ones yesterday.
And I think it's the national flower for Zimbabwe.
Oh, really?
I think so, yes.
Ah.
You know, something you might like. You always have these weird facts in the back of your mind.
Well, I know it's East African. Where's Zimbabwe? Is it East?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
so
I believe it is.
There we go.
It is.
It is. Stu's looked it up. Well done.
I thought it was. I remember. I looked it up. I can't remember Bex, but I looked it up months ago. I don't know why.
Right.
Because I think I just saw a picture of it on the YouGarden website when I was randomly searching, and I was fascinated by it.
I love it.
But I've never grown it. Bex has never grown it, but it's one that we are definitely going to try.
I'm going to try it this year. I am going to try it this year, and I will post any pictures on my social media. You're happy. You're welcome to have a follow and see that later on in the year. But yeah, that's what you're getting.
Yeah, there you go.
It's going to be fab, isn't it?
3 in one of our Tuscany pots, or the tower pot.
Well, you could put it in a Tuscany pot if you want to. You'll just need to provide a support. You can create supports, can't you, so that it's got something to climb up. I just really love the tower pots. I've got a wisteria growing in one. I've got a jasmine growing in another. I'm going to get, in fact, I'm going to get 2 tower pots because I'm going to put my sweet peas in there, and I'm going to put my flame lily in there as well.
Don't forget, with every order today, as long as you use that code YGTV0624, you will get your blooming fast, which will make 100 litres of premium plant food. And then the best deal on the show, I think, in terms of value, has got to be our trailing giant begonias. And these are Belgian ones, aren't they?
They are indeed, yeah. So Belgians do it best when it comes to the trailing begonias, basically. So these come from...
They're pretty good at beers as well.
Yeah. These come from a world-renowned breeder. His name was Arnold van Petegem. He spent his entire life developing and breeding these begonias. And what you get with these are big blooms. These can be up to 6 inches in diameter.
Wow.
That is really, really big. But they trail as well. And this is what I'm filling my hanging baskets with this year. And
you get 10 tubers. I would say, it depends on the size of your basket, but I would say probably 5 in an advertised basket. That would give you a big, big display.
Well, it will, because they grow, 40 by 40 centimetres. So if you think, once you get these planted and started off, and then they grow to that size, of course, this is going to fill a basket display.
Do you know, I'm just thinking, you could grow these in that propagator kit, couldn't you?
Yeah, you probably could. Let me get one of the pods. They might be a bit too big, actually.
So I think... no, I think it'd be all right, Bax. No, I'm a bit tight now.
Bit tight.
No.
But do you know what?
So, right, I'll just explain, because I grow begonias every year, and I think some of you will know, but me and my other half own a pub, our village pub. And I'm head gardener at the pub. I'll give myself that title. I'm the only one that does the garden though, really. But I'm sure you're the same, Bex. When you go to a pub, if the garden looks shoddy, if there's 2 dead hanging baskets at the entrance, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, they don't, it's not clean, the food's not going to be very nice.
They don't care.
Yeah.
So I make sure our garden at the pub, I do like to make it look really good.
It's inviting, it brings more customers in.
There was a lady there last summer, so this makes me sound a bit big-headed, but she said, who does the garden here? She's very well spoken. She said, because it reminds me of Chelsea. So I was like,
oh! Wow, that's an accolade.
At which point I poked my head down and I said, oh, it's me!
It's me! I do it!
But, I mean, so that sounds a bit big-headed. But last year, the garden did look particularly good, but I mostly planted begonias.
Right.
And it's because they're easy, and I don't have time to spend hours and hours every day doing the pub garden. So it needs to some degree look after itself. And begonias do that, don't they?
They really do. There's very little that you need to do to them. You really don't. I mean, the advice is to deadhead, but generally the flowers just seem to, once they fade, they fall off on their own. They keep flowering through and it's not a problem. What I love about these is that they actually don't mind a bit of shade either.
No,
They're happy in full sun, but they don't mind a bit of shade.
They can do really well in light shade.
I've got a northeast facing front door, so I get morning sun, good few hours, 2-3 hours, and then it disappears around the back of the house. So that can be a bit tricky for my hanging baskets. That's why I'm planting these in my hanging baskets, because I know I'm going to get the most amazing display for so many months. Because I'm going to start them off in the next week or so, and they will, from about May, June time, in flower, and they will just keep going all the way through to October. Bit of water, bit of feed, that's all I'm going to need to do.
And when you plant them, now you do need to keep them frost-free, but if you want a head start, plant them inside. I tend to use seed trays to get them going. I'll put about 1 inch compost in there, just 10 in the seed tray would do, or you can put them individually in 9cm pots. They're like bowl-shaped, so the round part there is the bottom, the slightly concave bit is the top. So there you go. That's the bottom, that's the top. You just sometimes need to feel that bit goes in a bit there.
Yep.
Just put a light covering of compost on the top. Some people don't even do that. I tend to get better results when I do. Light watering and a bright, warm room or greenhouse, as long as it's frost-free. They'll start to shoot, and when you know the frosts have gone, you can plant them outside.
This is the beautiful thing about getting them started off, though, now, because you can get them nice and established. I didn't last year, by the way. I planted my begonias out in June, basically, once the frosts had passed. Still got amazing displays, but I know, and I'm going...
you had to wait till like July,
Of course, I had to wait a bit longer. So I'm starting mine off in my conservatory this year, and I'm going to get longer displays by doing that.
Yeah, and also at the end of the season, you can just dig those up out the ground, out your pots, leave them in a cool, dry, frost-free place over the winter, and they'll come back year after year. And these get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, they do. They will mature. A lot of people grow begonias just as annuals, but if you want to go through that process, and it's not difficult, lift them, dry them, store them, you will get bigger and better displays.
Yeah, they're amazing, honestly. £6.99, £8 off those.
Right, we just heard... We've got some pictures. We got the paper bush.
Has Philip sent them in?
Philip has sent pictures of the paper bush, and I'm so excited. Bless you for going outside and taking pictures. So
if you missed this little part of the show, we've got the paper bush on the show today, and we said it's hardy to -5, which is correct, but Philip has had his 3 years, and he's managed to survive last winter at -10. Wow.
Look at that. Look at how that grows as well. I love the way, the shape of that kind of beautiful, it's not completely symmetrical, but it does have a lovely symmetry going on to it, doesn't he? He's got a pair.
Oh my word.
Oh, either side of your gate as well. So every time you walk through that gate, you get that amazing fragrance. That's look at those. They're so interesting, aren't they?
Well, Philip, I'm definitely buying one of these, but now you make me think, do I need 2? Do I need 2, Philip?
Well done, Philip. Those look amazing.
They really do.
Yeah, the fragrance as you walk through that gate as well. That's going to be glorious. That's it. I'm getting one. Thank you, Philip. I blame
Sorry,
you now.
I'm like, yeah.
So I was blaming. Who was I blaming for the pots? Degsy or Dingo? Dingo. I'm blaming Dingo for the pots, and I'm blaming Philip for the paper bush purchase.
So I'm presuming both survived the winter then?
Must have done.
-10.
Must have done.
But we actually say harder to -5, but I
Yeah.
say you never know, do you? Right, a few quick hellos.
Yeah, we've got Angela in there. And who else was it, Stu?
Oh, we've got
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Good morning, Malcolm. No,
to
we have
you.
got a begonia question coming in.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, no, this is a good one. How often?
How often do we water the tubers?
So I know the answer to this from my own experience. One year, it was quite a mild spring, and I thought, right, I took mine out of the greenhouse and just left them outside. It was only about sort of like the end of March, but there were no frosts around, but it rained a lot, and a lot of mine rotted. So they do not like to be over-watered. So I would only water them when the compost is just beginning to get dry. You don't want them sat in lots of soggy, damp compost. So let them dry out slightly between waterings, I would say. And
once they're established, once you've got the shoots and things, fine. But it's just in those initial stages, it's just a light watering.
Yeah. And I tended to water more around them rather than loads
directly
on top of them.
Yeah.
So just be careful not to overwater them until they fully say grown. You've got lots of nice leaves and things.
Oh, I can't wait.
A bit like I've done that with dahlias sometimes as well. I've left them in pots and they've got sodden and they've rotted. So, but they just let them dry out ever so slightly between waterings. That's what I'd say.
Lovely.
Right.
So we're going to talk about our premium professional compost.
Do we get
now.
longer than a minute this
I think
time?
we get a bit longer this time, so we don't have to rush too much. But this is the premium professional compost. I do want to point out that it is, excuse me, it is premium and professional. We don't just give it that title to make it sound better than it is. The ingredients included in here are vital to the health of your plants. This is the compost that we use at the nursery, and you know, a business whose business is growing plants, we are not going to use an inferior product.
I mean, you imagine what would happen if, because we plant up about 150,000 roses a year. So you imagine if we used an inferior compost and those 150 roses didn't do very well. It'd be dreadful for business, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is the compost that Peter, our head gardener, and his team use to plant up any of our bare roots that go into pots, our pre-made hanging baskets. We sell tens of thousands of those. It is the genuine thing. And for many years, we only used it on the nursery. It was only used commercially. But in the last several years, it's become available to all of our customers as well. I'm so glad it has.
Yeah, and I think our customers are as well. You know, lots of people do send us amazing reviews. And it's often not just one line. You know, they'll write paragraphs on how good this is. People have sent pictures of the tests that they've done and the results that they've achieved by using this.
Dissertations on this.
Maybe we should. So you can achieve amazing results. If you do think, oh, I'm not very good at gardening, then maybe give this a try, because honestly, I've seen a big difference with what I grow.
I'm not going to say who it is, but there's somebody in my family and circle of friends that always buys the cheapest compost. Yeah. And every year says, oh, my hanging baskets are not very good this year. Oh, my pots have not done very well. And I'm like, just spend a bit more money, get a decent compost. You know,
you need to put the best ingredient. We need to eat the best ingredients, don't we, to be healthy? And it's exactly the same for your plants. They need the best ingredients. They need the best feed. And that is what this compost can provide. What we have is, and it's all scientifically backed, and it's all in the perfect quantities, and you get the same amazing quality every time you buy this. So we've got 3 different types of peat. We've got dark and white peat in here. Some of that is renewable. There's one called the sphagnum moss peat, so it is renewable. But we do know that there are environmental issues. So what we've done with the compost over the years is we've reduced the amount that's in there. We use the minimum amount of peat in order to get the maximum results from it. But it's not just about the peat. There's so much else going on in here, isn't there?
You've also got around about 50% composted wood fibre, and that does give this a lovely fibrous nature. But the texture of the compost, you'll see and feel it. It just means that the roots
So
are able
soft.
to get the right amount of water that they need, the right amount of oxygen. They're able to grow and travel through the compost really, really well. And it's very evenly composted. I'm not being funny, but sometimes you buy cheap compost, you open it up, you find big twigs and big chunks and things like that. This has got an amazing even texture. And again, when it comes to watering and the way the water is distributed throughout the compost and air, it allows that to be a really even process. But there's so much more.
Yeah, well, we've got a pH buffer in here, which basically it puts the compost just in the right level of acidity and what have you, that makes it perfect for the majority of the plants that you will put in here. Now, whether that's your seeds that you're going to be starting off, or whether that's, you know, your Grande Flora or your fruit trees or whatever, or anything, you know, within that range, it will work in here. There's a few exceptions like rhododendrons, azaleas, blueberries, the things that really like the ericaceous compost. That is something different, and we have ericaceous on the website.
But most plants, the
like
vast majority,
98% probably.
They like their pH to be just on the slightly acidic side of neutral, so about 6.5, and that's where the compost lies in terms of pH.
Yeah.
So yeah, virtually all plants, apart from the acid-loving ones, will adore that pH.
And we've got, so there's little green balls. Let me pick the compost up. As I sort of run through this, you'll see lots of little green balls within that compost. That is a slow-release fertiliser. There's one right there. And there's loads of them dotted through here. Slow-release fertiliser, a feed for your plants that they can access as and when they need it, which is fantastic if you're thinking about planting, well, anything, but certainly seedlings, for example. Yeah. They've got all of the nutrients, everything they need right here in this premium professional compost.
And then there's one final element called a wetting agent. And do you know what? I'll be honest, for years, I could not work out how to describe it. And then Peter McDermott, our head gardener...
He's got a great way of describing things. Yeah. It makes it really accessible, doesn't it?
Basically, it just makes the water stick to the compost.
So it makes the water sticky.
Yeah. So when you think about a hanging basket that's dried out... And I remember one year I had 2 hanging baskets at the pub, and for some reason they weren't in this compost. The others were, but the 2 at the front weren't. And my word, the water was a nightmare. Every time I watered, I mean, punters would literally just watch me and laugh, because I'd be like, water can here.
Watering yourself?
Yeah. and it was so annoying. But with that wetting agent, the water, if the basket's dried out, just really sticks to that compost beautifully, and it makes such a difference.
It really does. Please take a look at the reviews. If you're a new viewer, obviously all of our regular viewers, they know how good this is, and they'll often comment in the chat for us about how amazing it is. But if you're watching and you're a new viewer and you're thinking, well, what are they talking about? It's just dirt. Please take a look at the reviews, because it is amazing.
And let's think about price, because I've got a big sort of DIY store near me that's got a garden area, and their average compost, because things have gone up in price, everything has, hasn't it? But their average 50-litre bag is £9, okay? So you might be thinking, well, ours is a bit more expensive, and we don't claim to be the cheapest, we don't. But actually, when you work out the value, so with your compost today, you are getting your blooming fast, we sell this at £4.99. That will make 100 litres of premium plant food. About 20-25 watering cans, so that's worth £4.99. So when you look at the price, the value of that, you talk about £20. And then for everyone that's a club member,
another 10% off.
Yeah, you get 10% off every compost order. Yep. If you're not a club member, you can join today. It's £5 for the year on auto renewal.
Yeah, and that gives you 10% off every single time you place an order in the next 12 months. So that £5 really is earned back very, very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Right, I tell you what are going really quickly.
Yeah.
People are buying masses of these, you know, I'm not being funny, but 5s and 10s.
Maybe I should have placed an order for more.
Just heard how many of these have actually gone through this morning. Seriously, dozens of these going like that. So, right now, you're getting a £1 saving!
Woohoo! Yes, they are normally £12.99. There is a label on the bottom there. We normally sell those for $12.99 as one on its own.
Now, every penny counts. So saving £1 is great, but the deal is far better than that, because it's a buy one, get one free. So actually, they're working out £6 each.
Exactly,
and that's
for a big pot.
Yeah.
It's a 30-litre pot. It has drainage holes in the bottom there. It has the raised bits as well, so extra drainage for if it really does rain quite heavily. You've got the beautiful design on there. We have the lip around the edge, which means it's easier for you to move and transport around your garden. And they're made of durable plastic.
Yeah.
Now, I used to be a pot snob when it came to plastic pots. I used to think that I had to buy ceramic or glazed or terracotta. I used to spend more on the pot than I did on the plant that I was putting into it. And what I've discovered over the years, and don't get me wrong, I've still got some of those, but what I've discovered is that it's a very expensive way of creating drainage for the bottom of your other pots, isn't it? Because they crack, they break, and then you end up smashing them and putting them in the bottom of there for drainage.
I've got a couple of black pots, and they kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it's like a composite, so it looks like it's black, but then if you break some off on the inside, it's like a white colour, and it's like a resin. Oh, anyway, they were really expensive, and literally, the moment you even tap them, a bit just breaks off.
Well,
and reveals the white inside. They're awful.
If they blow over or you drop them, they crack and break. Obviously, there's a problem sometimes with expanding and contracting during the cold months and the hot months, and that's where cracking and breaking comes. You don't have that problem with these pots. And what I will say, and we say it a lot, don't we? You know, the way that these are manufactured, it's come along a long way.
Has.
Plastic pots used to look plastic. They don't now.
Yeah, they had the seam, didn't they? They were really naff.
Yeah, you'd always turn the pot so you couldn't see the seam.
The only thing we'll say is now we have got another live show on Sunday at 10 o'clock till 2. We might not have any left by then. There's no more on order. So if you want them, I would get them today.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they're going quite quickly, and we don't often give those kinds of, stock warnings. This one, genuinely, if it keeps going the way it has been today and yesterday, we might not have enough on Sunday.
To be honest, because these shows are, yes, they're live, but a lot of people stream them later, we always try and have a selection of products with deep stocks.
Yes.
Because we don't want people streaming tomorrow going, oh, there's no pots left. But they are going really quickly, really quickly. And it is nice to have them matching, isn't it? That's what you've done.
Mine going to look so good. I've got 10 of them basically, so I ordered 5 lots, and because it's buy one get one free, I'm getting 10 of these. With a buy one get one free, you put one in your basket, you enter the code, and we automatically put the other one into your basket for you.
But they're amazing value, and you could even grow. I mean, if you want to grow fruit and veg in your garden, but you want it to look attractive, these would be great. You could do raspberry canes in there. You could do potatoes in there. But let's remind you, because I'm getting lots of new viewers today, this fabulous Thursday, 3 weeks away from March. Let's remind you of how you can save money on YouGarden TV today. So, we pop one of these in our basket right now.
Just one?
Just one. So at the moment, it's saying $11.99 with $6.99 postage. That's not very good, actually. It's not bad. Actually, no, it's not. Do you know what? That's not bad, actually, is it? But we can do better than that. So as long as you put the code in, YGTV 0624, apply the code, suddenly you get your free blooming fast worth $4.99. You get a free pot, and the postage has gone down as well to $4.99, which is brilliant. But can I just say though, you're going to need some compost, aren't you? So if you want to pop some compost in there, add that. So now I'm thinking if I had one other item in, I could get free delivery.
Begonias, non-stop. No, Belgium.
I think I might just want some more pots. Oh no, no, you're right. Belgium trailing begonias, because they're only $6.99. There you go. So on YouGarden TV, they're only $6.99. Add that to the basket. And then suddenly, because we've managed to get that order to over £40, suddenly we've got free postage as well. That is so suddenly that's a really good basket, isn't it? That is really good. 2 wonderful pots, some gorgeous begonias, all of the compost that you need there. Those pots are about 30 litres, so you've still got lots of compost left as well. And you will get your free blooming fast. But we've got pre-orders coming up next with our summer bedding selection. That's coming up next. But let's remind you of some of the great items, some of those popular items that we've seen so far Now this has been really popular. It's the Edgeworthia Chrysanthemum Grande Flora paper bush. Most people know this as the paper bush. So let's tell you a bit about it. First of all, it flowers this time of the year. So winter, sort of late winter, heading into spring. And a little bit like a magnolia, all of these divine flowers come out before the foliage. So it's really quite dramatic. And the way this grows, it sort of twists and turns. It's not massive either. These only grow to about 1.5 by 1.5 metres. Hardy we say to -5. Now Philip said he's survived -10 last winter, but we say hardy to about -5 on average. So do think about where you're going to position this, ideally somewhere sheltered but sunny. You might want to, it would grow very well in one of our Tuscany pots as well, but it's very unusual. It is magical, and I am definitely getting one, and Bex is definitely getting one today as well. 511 366 for the Edgeworthia Chrysanthemum Grande Flora paper bush. Now, staying with the weird, the wonderful, the unusual, this is our Gloriosa Flame Lily. We discovered the national flower for Zimbabwe, this one. And Stuart, who heads up our technical, he's just found out that the Queen actually got given one of these when she visited Zimbabwe in, was it the 1940s? 1947, so the wonderful late Queen Elizabeth, and it's a very unusual flower, really is. It's climber, so you do need something to climb this up, and it does need to be kept frost-free, of course, as well. So it is tender, needs to be kept frost-free, but it would look amazing in summer outside, or of course in a conservatory as well. 630 075. Then we've got a really lovely hellebore selection. 3 of these. Now, this particular hellebore has been bred to really repeat flower. So loads of flowers, loads of buds. The flower's a bit more upright than certain hellebores as well. And if you've never grown hellebores, they do really well in the shade. They're one of the most magnificent winter flowering plants that you could imagine. In the summer, you've still got the foliage, but it does die down a little bit. But the moment it gets a little bit chilly, these burst into life. You're getting all 3 of those really well established in the 12 centimetre pots, 560 054. Do you know, we are having a really busy Thursday, actually, so thank you so much to everyone that's ordering today. Spring is definitely in the air. Now, I love this next deal. This is a personal recommendation for me, because if you have not got hibiscus in your garden, you are missing out on the most magnificent beauty. So these ones are fully hardy, down to -10. They're not the delicate ones. There's lots of varieties of hibiscuses, I'm sure you know, but these are the hardy ones. And they are the Chiffon variety, so they're really blousy, doubles, so really, really pretty, and a lovely lavender colour as well. So these are a little bit late flowering, so late summer, end of June, July, obviously depending on where you live. They also, don't panic, but they only come into leaf quite late as well. They're one of the latest plants in the gardens come back into leaf after the winter. So sometimes it can take till May time to actually get leaves. They can grow to about 2 metres, maybe even a little bit taller, but they're moderate in terms of growth. They're very easy to prune, and they do like a sunny spot as well. But they will survive in relatively poor soils, actually, but they do like full sun. 511 067 for the hibiscus lavender chiffon there. And the double up deal means that for an extra £5 you can get 2 of those for £14.98. That's a really good price, actually, £7.50 each. Then the lowest priced begonias on the show, I don't know why, but they're these. They've actually got £8 off today. So these are the Belgium trading giant begonias. They've been bred to really perform big, big flowers. They begonias, they're so easy. They really are easy. They don't mind sun or shade. They do really well in light shade. They don't mind it when it rains. They don't just fall to pieces and go to mush. They'll tolerate being slightly underwatered as well. And they are brought to you in tuber form. So those tubers, now you do need to keep them frost free, but you can plant them early, right now, get them started, and then the moment the frosts have gone, you can plant them outside in your beds, your borders, your baskets. Bear in mind these do trail, so when I say beds and borders, probably better in pots and hanging baskets. 63193. I would multi-order those. And finally, we brought you the Salix Pink Pussy Willow, which has these gorgeous pink catkins on right now, and this is only $14.99. It's a real beauty, this one, in the winter time, and very tactile. And if you wanted to, as this gets established, you can just take off some of the branches, bring them indoors, and have some gorgeous pink displays on those as well. $14.99, 51365. But we are getting rather excited because we have got today some of the favourite bedding plants from previous years available right now on pre-order. They'll be dispatched about the first week in March, but it just means you can get your order in before anybody else. So step one, order now, reserve your items, making sure you don't miss out on this season's most popular plants at the best price as well.
Absolutely. Your order will be sent out as soon as it is available and in condition for planting. You don't need to do anything else. If you are placing an order with purely pre-order items in it and you enter the code YGTV0624, we will send out your free gift with your order.
Yes.
If you are placing an order with mixed items, as in pre-order and ones that are available now, your free gift will be sent out with whatever arrives first.
Yes.
Just to try and stop any questions. I didn't get my free gift. It'll come with your order.
And that free gift, don't forget, is the Blooming Faster best-selling fertiliser. It's brilliant, this. And that will make 100 litres of plant food.
It's so important to feed your plants.
Really good.
Really, really is.
Yeah.
The difference you will see will be amazing.
I mean, Beckstead, we stockpiled on these last year, didn't we?
I've got 2 left, but it's not going to see me through the season. No. Well, I've got another one coming because I placed one order this morning. I'm placing another order, so I'll have another one coming.
And it's amazing how many people do not feed their plants enough. Makes such a difference.
Really does.
Yeah, so that's free with every order. Right, shall we begin?
Yeah, we're going to start with our begonia apricot shades. Absolutely adore apricot shades. These are fantastic plants to have in your garden. Just begonias in general are incredible to have. But the apricot shades, look at the colours that you're getting included in there. They are so, so pretty. One of the most popular, in fact, of all of the begonias that we bring you from YouGarden. You've got flower power included here. This is months on end of flowers, right the way through from May all the way through to those first frosts. Really important you get these started off as soon as you possibly can. So once we send them to you, all you're going to do is take those 40 Pro plugs and grow them on. We have the perfect propagator kit for you in order for you to grow them on. Please don't be put off by the fact they're Pro plugs. You don't need to be a pro at all. Anybody can do this. It is just the same as growing on any other plug plants. They're just a little bit smaller. What a Pro plug gives you is amazing value for money, basically, because you get them for pennies each.
So I'm just shoving this in your face.
It's fine. I'm used to it. This is the propagator kit that we were talking about. So this is what it'll look like once you've planted them up. There is enough here to plant 90 plants in, 90 plug plants. So it comes as 3 separate trays, which I've got here. I'm going to throw this all over the place now, aren't I? Hang on. Let me put it down.
That's the lid, so it creates like a mini greenhouse.
So you get 3 of these. You get enough pods to be able to fill 3 of these.
So that's 30, isn't it?
Indeed. And then you get the lid as well to be able to put that. And it's thin enough to fit on a windowsill too. So if you, I mean, I don't have a greenhouse. I have a conservatory with lots of windowsills, so that's absolutely fantastic. If you don't have a conservatory, put them on your windowsills, you know, your kitchen window, your bedroom window. They have been designed in order to fit on your windowsill, so anywhere nice and warm. You
know, I'm very lucky. I got a greenhouse last year, but I've, you know, waited.
You still use these things, don't you, even in the greenhouse?
I do. But I did use these for many years, and it's a great way.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a great way of getting a greenhouse effect in your home. And as Beck said, they're narrow enough to fit on an average windowsill.
Yeah, and then when you're done with them, they all just stack away like this, and you can put all the lids together, and then you can use them again next year or next time you need to. And look, that's all of them in that little pack there. I forgot, I don't know if you said it, Beck, sorry. I didn't say it, no. So that is watertight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say. So because there's nothing worse than having things on your windowsill, watering, and all the water goes everywhere. But
there's no holes in that one.
There's no holes in there. So there's holes in these, but not in there. So it just is great for drainage.
Nice and self-contained, basically.
They're only $9.99. But do you know what? Honestly, you can use them again and again, but it will save you a fortune by growing your bedding on.
I want these, actually. I've got a couple, but I could do with these. Yeah. I do need to stop, Stu. You're absolutely right. Stu's telling me you need to stop. No, I don't need to stop.
The great thing is your husband never watches the show.
It's true.
Watches.
He never watches.
Can you believe he doesn't watch it?
No, it's fine. I'm all right with that. Hi, Penny. Apparently Penny's just got in from work.
Hello, Penny. Hello.
Hello. What are you buying, Penny? Are you buying anything today? We're talking about our lovely pre-order section. Yes. We've just covered our begoniae.
That's a new one.
Begonia.
I like that. That's something.
Begoniae.
What was she? Mrs. Bouquet would have said that, wouldn't she?
Yeah. They're not begonias.
I've just planted my begonias.
So they are 40 plug plants. Just grow them on, plant them out when the frost has passed. 490,198, just £14.99. Big saving on that one as well.
I'm going to call my begonias my begonias. I like that. Yeah, that is amazing value. Right, we're going to move on to our Surfinia collection. Now, there are petunias and petunias, but the Surfinias, these are the best in our opinion.
They are the absolute best. I mean, they're just the best.
They are.
So they've been bred specifically. So Surfinia is like the brand name,
yes.
Okay? So it's the company's name that initially bred the first truly trailing petunia. And these can trail by up to 3 feet. Yeah. We are talking proper trailing.
These are the ones that if you go to the shopping malls and you think, oh my word, look at those hanging baskets, the likelihood are they've got Surfinias in there.
Absolutely, it'll be the Surfinias because you can create the most beautiful displays from these. Every petunia that isn't a Surfinia wants to be a Surfinia petunia because they've just been bred to be the biggest, the best, the longest lasting and the biggest trail on here
and
as
actually
well.
they do when it's some petunias really struggle when it's wet, but these are a bit more resilient, aren't they?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely resilient. They're vigorous, they're low maintenance, they're disease and weather resistant. As Shaun said, used in those professional displays. 6 colours included, so it's 18 plug plants. You get 3 of each. Love them as this colour blocking. So you can, and they are labelled, by the way. They come to you in our little mini greenhouses, so you know which colour is which. So you can create that kind of look and display. But I also like that mixture as well, where you get all of the colours mixed in together. And it's been specially selected to give you shades and colours that work, you know, gloriously together.
When it comes to petunias, you want to go for the Surfinias.
Yeah, I think so.
And really good value. In fact, postage is included on those as well. And do bear in mind, you've got your free gift worth $4.99 as well. So these will be dispatched the first week in March. Yeah,
perfect time really to get them on the windowsill or in your greenhouse. Start growing them on, get them nice and established so that as soon as the frost's passed and you plant them out, you've got a head start. Yeah. You could be the garden with the hanging, the house with the hanging baskets that people stop and look at as they walk past.
It's always really annoying when you plant things up a bit late, and you know there have been years in the past where my garden's only started to really look good well into July, and then it's a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah, you've only got a few weeks left, haven't you?
So
get it started early.
Get started early, and we'll dispatch these the first week in March. Now, one of my favourites has got to be the busy Lizzys. And I was saying yesterday, I remember as a child we had busy lizzies as houseplants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that doesn't happen now. They're a bedding plant now.
Yeah, and they're a fantastic bedding plant because actually they don't mind being in shade, which is great, isn't it? And you're getting so many of these because again, these are the pro plugs. So this is where you get the best value for money. You can fill your borders, fill your window boxes, fill your shopping basket, absolutely, with gorgeous colour for such a long time.
And I've got one side of my garden, it's a raised bed, quite deep, and I've got all sorts in there, grasses, I've got my Lloyd Petalum I mentioned, and all sorts of things. But I use my busy lizzies just to fill in the gaps, because if I don't fill the gaps in, I get weeds. But it's amazing how well these do, even in considerable shade.
Yeah, it is actually. I need to get...
They're great.
I need to get these
You
now.
don't have to deadhead them, which is a massive bonus.
And these have been bred specifically to be resistant to that downy mildew, that disease that did unfortunately affect busy lizzies a few years ago. And they are this particular variety is resistant to that.
Yeah. But 40 of those for $14.99 is incredible.
Very reliable.
No postage to pay on those either. Dispatched the first week in March. $4.90, $1.93 is your item. And I love the name Busy Lizzy because they are busy. They just really are.
You get so many flowers, don't you?
Yeah.
So many flowers.
I presume that's where the names come from because they just
keep going.
It's like pop, pop, pop. You just keep going. Right, more begonias next, but this is the non-stop mix. And again, similar theme. These just flower non-stop.
Yeah, and these are slightly more upright variety here. So they don't trail like some of the others that we bring you. They're definitely bred to be sort of more upright and large flowers as well. Loads of petals included in each of those flowers and a bright, bold colour mix. I love how they contrast against each other. The white, the red, the yellow, the pinks, the peaches.
So these ones are really good in borders as well. And again, although they arrive as plug plants, at the end of the summer, they will have formed small tubers. So if you wanted to store those in a cool, frost-free place, you could do, and they would flower again next year. So a lot of people don't bother, but you can do.
Yeah, you can. If you listen, it's up to you how you want to garden, but yeah, if you want to, you can.
I've stored some of mine from last year, but I had like hundreds.
Loads.
Yeah, I have stored some of them, and they do come back. But again, the same story with begonias. They
Guaranteed performance.
Yeah,
totally.
They're so easy. You know, some plants that are easy to grow are just a bit insignificant.
Yeah.
You know, weeds are really easy to grow, but you don't want them. But begonias, they really are spectacular. And they look like they'd be a lot more difficult to grow, don't they?
Yeah, they do, but they're so easy.
Yeah.
Like very little deadheading, tolerant of summer weathers, don't mind a bit of shade, happy in sun. Like it's just guaranteed easy gardening. And that's a line I'm going to use with every single begonia.
Yeah.
It's so easy to grow these and get the longest, most beautiful flowering displays.
Big
Begonias
flowers.
were the best thing I planted last year. They were the best thing.
Yeah. Totally agree. So you can get your order now. All of this bedding is tried and tested here at YouGarden, but it's your chance of doing a pre-order because we know from previous years when we worked on other shopping channels and things as well, quite often there'll be gaps, so we'll sell far too many begonias one week and then there won't be any available for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, this is why pre-order is actually quite useful because it does give us a marker as to how many. It definitely helps with the planning to make sure that we've got enough to cover that season without having to have those gaps where people can't get hold of them.
So grab those today. They're only $12.99 for 18 and you're going to get that really good free gift. Now, our next mix, we've nicknamed it fruit salad. But what delightful.
Love the colours.
Oh, and I think this is a little bit more unusual as well. Now, these flowers that look like petunias are actually Calibrachoa.
Yeah. So
they're the mini variety of petunias. You get smaller flowers, a lot more of them, mixed with the ice white lobelia. That, to me, is just beautiful, isn't it?
It's so beautiful, and what we've done with this collection really is take out some of the hard work of knowing which plants, which colours, which flowers to put together to create what is essentially a very sort of designer look.
Yes.
You know, it just, sometimes it's difficult, isn't it? You see these beautiful hanging baskets and you're like, I want to create a display like that, but I have no idea what to put in there. That's what we've done for you here. So we've put together the perfect plants, the perfect colours that just harmoniously match with each other.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're getting the double up deal means that you can create a wonderful, you know, pair of hanging baskets very easily.
Well, 12 plugs for $14.99, or you can double up and get 24 for $19.99. And 24 would do, I'd say, 4 hanging baskets really well.
Yeah, see, I've got big hanging baskets.
Oh yeah,
so
you've got that useful.
I've got the big easy fill. So I think there's 12 just around the bottom, and then you need some in the top as well.
But,
I mean, you judge it on the size of your hanging basket. Either go for the one or go for the double up deal. Obviously, the better value is getting the double up deal.
I do think they've got a really design-looking feel, and you know, we've got an amazing team here at YouGarden
that know what they're doing.
Yeah, everyone is passionate about gardening. Many people are formally trained here as well in horticulture, so a lot of work has gone into that, and it's an amazing, say, colour palette that you get into today. And I love Calibraco because it's the mini petunias. They're really pretty.
Yeah, they're very
really
pretty. And it's months of colour again. We are talking June all the way through to October, maybe even, you know, end of October. My lobelias last year. So I was saying, I'm obviously getting it in the mix here, but I planted pots just of lobelia. We often talk about it being a filler plant. Those lobelias just kept going for such a long time, and they were so pretty. I'm doing it again this year. I loved it.
I'm going to, I was going to say copper. Yeah, I'll just say it. I'm going to
honestly, a pot full of lobelia is one of the, because I sometimes think we do it a disservice. It's a filler plant. It is a beautiful plant in its own right, and planted en masse like that in a pot together.
I'm liking your style, Bex.
So pretty.
But I think you'll agree, it also looks great there, doesn't it?
Oh, no, it definitely. It's that colour combination, isn't it?
I think that one's going to be really popular today. You can pre-order right now, dispatch the first week in March. 400 761, $14.99. But for an extra £5 double up, we're having a really busy Thursday, by the way.
Yeah.
But, news is spreading with the show, and we're getting more and more viewers every single week. Thank you so much for your support. We love being here. Right, now, something I've grown for years, and I only discovered this from working at YouGarden, the American giant fuchsias. And I love fuchsias. I love the shape of the flowers, but these are massive.
Huge flowers.
Yeah. I mean, if you see my hand there, and I know it's a gardener's hand, you can tell. God, they look old, don't. Look at the state of them. My hand's about 20 years older than the rest of my body, I'll have you. But 2 flowers, seriously, would cover my palm.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's the difference with these particular fuchsias, okay, because these are big, big flowers, and you're getting 4 different varieties included in there, so a beautiful mix of colours. Remember, again, these are going to come to you in those greenhouses that we do. They are labelled so that you know which is which. So if you are, you know, doing certain things with particular colours, you know which one is which. I think they look great all mixed in together like that.
Yeah,
just create a whole display full of your fuchsias.
That's when I've done these in hanging baskets. That's what I've done. I've just mixed them up.
Yeah.
So the one thing I'll say about fuchsias is that on the plus side, they will tolerate light shade as well as sun, but they are hungry. They really need feeding. If you don't feed your fuchsias, they will stop flowering. They will not continue as well as they can do. So this is absolutely imperative with your fuchsias, and it's free with every order today.
Absolutely, and it's our feed of choice. It's not just some freebie we're chucking in. This is our feed of choice here at the nursery. This is excellent stuff to feed your plants and give them what they need.
And it's very high in your NPK, that's your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium. So 18, 18, 24, really high. You've got all your trace elements and minerals in there as well, so your iron,
copper and all of the stuff your plants need.
So really important that you do feed your fuchsias, and also you do need to deadhead them. What will happen, you'll know if you have fuchsias, they start to form, they're almost like little red berries, and you do need to keep taking those off to
because
keep
it
them
puts
flowering.
its effort into the berries, and you want to get rid of that, so you want more flowers. Now, Eleanor had these from us. Was it last year? I think it was last year. Now, she did all right
That's
with
the
them,
voodoo
didn't
one
she?
there, isn't it? That's
love
voodoo.
that one. I love that colour
how
combination.
How beautiful is that?
So pretty. Look at these flowers that Eleanor created. Yeah, that
See,
really shows you the size, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which variety is that one? I like that one.
That was the voodoo, wasn't it?
Well, no, the voodoo's the red and the purple.
Oh, sorry, what's that?
So the other one is the... Yeah, that's the voodoo.
Yeah, that's my favourite. You got swing time in there as well, haven't you?
It was a swing time, Bella Rosella, and deep purple. That's voodoo. And I think it was the next picture.
That one, that's it.
Which one's that one? That one must be... Is that the deep purple?
I think it is.
Oh, I like
the voodoo's
that one
definitely
as well.
the one with the red.
The red as well.
And then the swing time is that lovely
You're getting all
one.
of them, and that's the important thing here. Absolutely adore fuchsias. Every garden should have some fuchsias in the summer, shouldn't they?
Right, just quickly, the propagator kit has gone crazy today as well. Do you know, lots of you...
Where have we put it?
Down here.
Okay.
Lots of you are doing this today.
Yes, actually, yeah, everyone's ordering over £40, getting that free postage.
So just think about getting your compost, getting your pre-ordering on your summer bedding, getting your propagator. Now, I can't multitask. So if you hold that,
I'll
Bex,
hold that, yeah, absolutely.
I can't multitask.
Do make sure if you can, you're getting over that £40. It does knock off all of those postage costs for you.
Right, I'm just going to lay this out a bit.
Yeah, let's have a proper look at it.
So you get 3 of those. And the great thing is,
I'm going to move some stuff.
this is the perfect width for your average windowsill. So, there you go.
And then you get 15 of these, because each one of these will take 5 of them. So they fit perfectly into the bottom there. Remember that the bottom tray, with...
Some of that.
Oh, no, they're there. So the bottom tray is watertight. So these have holes in, but that doesn't. So you're not going to spill water all over your windowsills. And then you also get the lids included as well. So they are proper propagator kits.
And I'm very lucky. I've now got a greenhouse, but it's the first proper greenhouse I've had ever. So for many years, I'd use the propagator kits.
Yeah.
And it creates a really great mini greenhouse.
Absolutely.
In your home. They're great, and you can use them every single year.
And there's 90 spaces in here as well, so there's loads in here. Like if you're going for the 2 Pro Plug collections that we've got, you've still got 10 spaces for something else. There is plenty of room in here.
And they do save you a fortune, but also there's something very rewarding.
I love growing little things, yeah.
Your plug plants grow into magnificent, huge plants.
So I did it last year with, I've forgotten what they were, but the little Pro Plugs, and I just grew them on my windowsill, and it was so silly.
Was it a bedding plant?
No, it was window hanging basket.
Outside?
It's the one we always talk about, and it's amazing. Not petunias. Winter hanging basket.
Pansy Cool Wave.
Thank you, Pansy Cool Wave. There we go.
Got it.
He's good, isn't he?
Pansy Cool Wave.
It was the Pansy Cool Wave.
Yeah, because we did those as little plugs, didn't we?
I got the little plugs, the 40 plugs. Every single one of them grew. Every single one was absolutely fantastic. So if I can do it, you can do it.
God, I've just realised I did the old man thing there. I lifted this. Oh! I don't know why I did that.
I don't know either. There's nothing to it.
Oh!
But this is what it'll look like when it's planted up.
Yeah. Now these are. I mean, I'll be honest. These are really quite big now.
Yes. I think we would plant those on now.
Yeah, they're not far off, are they?
No, they're not far off at all.
But it's really worth going for that triple pack. It's a great deal. You'll still get your free gift as well.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Just put the code in. Make sure you put in the code YGTV0624. You'll get the saving and you'll get your free gift.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah,
it is still morning.
Yes, it is. Good morning.
Apparently Graham's got an order on its way.
What's...
Calla Lily, hanging baskets, Lacothi and Tuscany.
Oh, nice selection.
His next order is going to be the Salix and the Paper Bush. That's exactly what I want to get. Oh, and dahlias, yeah. Penny wants everything. Yes,
I'm with you, Penny.
Penny, you're my kind of girl.
And Alice has just joined us on Facebook as well. Good morning, Alison.
Hi, Jan, as well. You're joining us as well this morning. Thank you so much for your company.
By the way, if you ever want to see what Bex and I are up to outside of the potting shed, because we do leave here occasionally.
Sometimes.
Yep. But you can follow us on social media. We mostly put about our gardens and what we're doing, don't we? And it's just great because we do our best to obviously interact and to reply to questions and things. But I am Shaun Ryan, presenter and plant man. I do most things on Facebook. I do a little bit on Instagram. when I can be bothered to make a reel and a video. But I do mostly on Facebook. And Bex, you're better at Instagram than me,
Well,
aren't you?
I sort of do a bit of both now, to be honest. So I'm trying to keep it both going. But yeah, if you want to follow me, I'm Rebecca Bex Edwards on Bex with an X. On Facebook, and I'm Bex Edwards My Garden on Instagram.
Yeah.
So just come and have a little look and see what we're up to. We'll keep you posted on what's happening here in the potting shed.
Yeah, and it does give you sometimes a bit of a heads up if there's a special show coming up or a special offer.
Yeah, and if we change any show times, which might happen as we move into, and through the seasons, we'll try and keep you updated on there as well.
Now, hang on.
What? What's Stu saying?
So Stu, he talks to us earlier. He said there's a really special show on the 18th of February, but I'm not here. I'm at QVC. So what's this special show?
I'll be here.
What is this special show?
I have no idea. Is that what's special about it? Oh, it's me and Adam, basically. So Adam, you'll have seen it. I think he's wanting us to move.
Yeah.
Adam is, you'll have seen him. He comes in, he's one of our guest experts. He's an award-winning garden designer. So it's going to be me and him.
I've got FOMO.
He's not
I've
here.
got FOMO now.
I bet you have.
Yeah, fear of missing out.
You can be fear of missing out.
Don't worry, I'll be at QVC. So, those of you that don't know, we also broadcast on QVC, which is the UK's biggest and best shopping channel. We love doing both, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I'm there what day is it today? Thursday?
You're there tomorrow?
I'm there tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm doing 5 o'clock on the QVC Style channel, so it sometimes comes up as QVC 2 on Freeview.
Yes, on Channel 37.
Channel 37.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the full show at 5 o'clock, but they've also put me into the 6 o'clock show as well. I've got a little section in the 6 o'clock show too.
I love doing the QVC Style shows because it's nice and chatty and informative.
Yeah. People send pictures in.
Yes. So do join Bex tomorrow, 5 o'clock on QVC2, which is on Freeview 37 as well. So there's lots of exciting shows and lots of opportunities to watch us, of course, as well. Right. We're going to go on to an absolutely crazy deal now.
Oh, the Prunus.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's a buy one, get one free. So 2 for $24.99, and that's working out $12.50 each. Let's show you this because these arrivals bare root. They are absolutely huge. They're really
big,
well established.
So we're talking 1.4 metre approximately.
Yeah.
Really big root system going on at the bottom there. Again, it's a bare root, so it is wrapped at the bottom. You're going to want to soak these before you plant them out. So take them out, stick them in a pot or a bucket and give them a really good drink. I would probably leave these overnight because they're big. Yeah. So I would definitely soak them overnight.
The whole tree to be rehydrated.
Absolutely. And then you can plant these out. Now you can plant these out into the ground. I popped them in a Tuscany pot there because these could live very happily in the Tuscany pot as well. I love that we're getting a pair of these. I nearly got one when we were just bringing it as a one. I'm so glad I waited because now it is a buy one, get one free. So actually, you could give this as a gift for somebody. If you've been wanting one yourself, you can get one for free and give this as a gift for somebody.
Now, I'm not being funny, but if that was in blossom in a garden centre in a pot, I reckon you could pay, I was going to say £50 upwards.
I'd say more, probably, particularly if it was in flower. If you could see it, if you walked in, when this is at its most beautiful, and that is coming up, it's very soon, I can see where all of the buds are going to appear on this. There are so many of them going all the way up each of these upward-facing stems, and these bare branches are going to get covered in some of the most beautiful, bowl-shaped pink blossom that you have ever seen. It's like a firework display.
I'm doing a bit naughty here.
Are you scratching it?
Yeah, doing what we call the scratch test because I know you might look at it, it's a twig. But if I just take off a tiny bit of the bark there, I don't want to take off too much. But can you see? It's absolutely ready to be planted. Look at all that green. And
can you see each of these knobbles, there's the technical term.
You've had some, do you know, Bex, you've come up with lots of new words today.
I'm fine with it. Look at all the knobbles.
Yes.
The little buds going all the way up each of those branches there. They are going to turn into those blossom flowers. These blossom flowers.
Wow.
I think that's spectacular.
And with this variety, the blossom comes out when the leaves are still quite insignificant.
Absolutely, yeah. It sort of appears on the bare branches and then the leaves start to form as well. And I don't know, we do seem to like things with flowers on bare branches, don't we? I think it just looks really beautiful.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking a nice sunny spot.
Definitely, you want a decent amount of sun on this. This is not one that goes into a shady spot. Winter hardy, so has our lifetime guarantee. This is not one that you need to, worry too much about at all. It is winter hardy. In the summer, you do get fruits on here as well for the birds to feast on. You get bright green foliage. The foliage turns that lovely fiery bronze colour in autumn. So you do have a journey going on with this. It is deciduous, so it goes sort of like this over the winter months, but it bursts into life sort of around, soon, very soon, March time, you're going to get those flowers.
Honestly, that deal today...
Love it.
...is absolutely great. And there is a bit of a story behind it. We have got extra stock of this, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've really brought the price down.
I'm all right with that because it means I get an amazing deal.
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, look at the thickness of the stem.
Has anyone got one of these? Has any of our viewers got one already?
Yeah.
Philip, Graham, anyone? Adam?
God. And again, do not think planting a bare root is difficult. Give it a good soak. We generally say with trees, with roses, do it overnight. That would be very happy in a pot, but you can plant it directly in the ground. Would need quite a nice big size hole for this one.
Yeah, you'd need a big hole, but it's not going to get huge
No, it's
either,
not.
by the way. We are only talking, maximum height probably... Not much taller, actually. Probably only about 1.5 meters, a little bit taller.
That is going to be amazing, seriously.
I think that'd be stunning. And to get two of them either side of a door, a patio or something.
Right, let's... I know we've got lots of new viewers today. So, we want you to save money. So at the moment, we've got our compost in there. We've got one pot and one of the trees. So at the moment, we're paying £70 and 95 pence and 8.99 postage. So the thing is, you really need to put the off code in. So today's off code is YGTV0624. Apply the code and then watch what happens. Now suddenly we get a free pot, we get the free tree, we get the free gift, and the postage has gone down to 0. And suddenly we're only paying £61.96.
And you can save another £6.20. You can join the club. It'll cost you £5 to join the club, so you'll end up saving an extra £1.20 essentially when you take the cost of your club membership off. But that means that you are now a member of the club for a full 12 months, and every time you place an order, you'll get 10% discount.
Could we show the benefits of the club by any chance?
There's some great benefits in there as well.
Please, go on. Because this is what the club entails. So the membership that Bex just showed you was the auto renewal. This is the best one. It's £5 for the year, normally 20. And the great thing is that price is fixed for your life. If you look there, the price will never go up. So it's £5 for the entire year. Now it is on auto renewal, which means it'll automatically renew. But if you don't want it to, you can cancel at the end of 12 months. Not a problem whatsoever. The other membership is just the same, but it's a one-off membership. But these are the benefits. So Bex, 10% off all plants and accessories.
All your plants and accessories, that includes your compost as well. So every time you place an order for compost, you'll get 10% off there. You get 5% off our outdoor living and gifts orders and things. We just can't hit the 10% there, but you still get a good 5% discount. £20 worth of those vouchers to spend throughout the year. It's 4 lots of £5, so one every 3 months, basically. Plus, you've got access to exclusive offers, competitions, expert advice, but that club membership will always only ever be £5 when it renews. So even if we put the price of the club membership up, maybe we do put it up at some point in the next 2-3 years, as long as you don't cancel your auto renewal, you will only ever pay £5. You can cancel at any point, by the way, so don't feel like you are tied into anything. You are not. It's just a great discount club to be a member of, and we have over 40,000 members now, and it's growing on a daily basis. So please, if you know gardener friends, family, let them know about us, because we really want to grow this community as big as it can possibly be.
We really do.
We really do.
We really do. And loads of you ordering today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate your company.
We do. And I think we've got a really good year ahead, don't you? Really good.
It's looking good so far.
It is. And I don't know about you, but I feel so much better now that the days are getting that little bit longer.
Yeah, not long now. Clocks will change.
And it's getting a bit lighter in the morning.
Yeah.
But I think when you're really into gardening, spring is just the best time, isn't it?
It really is.
Such a good time.
Everything's starting to pop up through the ground. It gets really exciting. You start seeing the blossom coming through.
Yeah.
The flowers start to come out. It's just a really exciting time.
It is. And
this one.
oh, yeah.
For spring displays, we are highly recommending. Absolutely. Elaine or Elena?
Elena.
Elena, you have ordered this and I think you have made a fantastic choice. She used her £5 voucher from her club membership.
Brilliant.
So she got it for £17.49. She must be a club membership as well.
So that's the thing with your club discount and your vouchers. It all stacks up and is brilliant. That's a really good price.
That's excellent price to get this
so
home.
Elaine, you probably know how to look after this, but for anyone that doesn't, we'll give you a few little hints and tips. So it's a Mediterranean plant, so it does like a lot of sunshine, and it really likes well-drained soil.
It does, absolutely.
So we say hardy.
I'm just going to see if it smells yet.
To about -5. So do bear that in mind. Now, I'm not being funny, but sometimes you can plant a mimosa and it will survive temperatures way, way lower than -5, but that's what we say on average. So
yeah,
really, if you've got a south-facing spot, somewhere that really keeps warm, that gets a lot of sunshine, that would be ideal. It doesn't like really cold, wet, boggy soil, so well-drained. But you can grow it in a pot, of course, can't you?
You could, absolutely. I mean, it would make a fantastic conservatory plant if you're actually worried about it.
Yeah,
if you've got an unheated...
Can we just say, Bex did not have a lot of sleep last night, did you?
I didn't.
No.
But I quite like it.
I love it.
I'm
All these new words. It's brilliant.
I should survive on a lack of sleep more often because it puts me in a really good mood for some reason. Anyway, yes.
So what were you trying to say, Bex?
Put it in a conservatory.
Yes.
It can live happily in a conservatory. But yeah, if you want to keep it in a pot, I think that's also a great thing to do. You'll restrict the size of it. These can get big if you want them to. In fact, you've got a neighbour, haven't you? Theirs is like a proper tree size.
Yeah.
They can get really big. They're quite fast growing. They can grow up to 2-3 feet in a year.
Yeah.
In fact, Adam, who'll be with me in a few weeks' time, he was talking about how he chopped it back, didn't he?
Well, Adam has put one in his garden and it had grown really quite big, and this has just been perfectly honest. Last winter, his garden went down to about -11, and the top of his mimosa he lost.
Yeah.
But the bottom was absolutely fine, and now
So he chopped it right back?
Yeah, down to about, I think he chopped it down to about 1.5 metres, something
But
like
he
that.
said it's well worth doing that because
And
this
that's
is
got loads
quite
of
a
new growth.
vigorous grower. It's
Yeah.
got all this new growth and 2-3 feet in a year. His recommendation was it's totally worth having in your garden. I mean, everything that we say about it. You've got these lovely filigree, evergreen, fern-like foliage on here. I love it. It's so tactile, very soft, very beautiful.
Yeah.
But then you get the gorgeous bright yellow flowers on there.
And these are really only a few weeks now from opening up, and they are the most magnificent, bright. They're almost like bright yellow pom-poms.
Pom-pom, beautiful, soft, fuzzy, but fragrant. Absolutely massive. Friendly, inviting those pollinators into the garden. It's beautiful and it's well worth planting.
And remember, these are evergreen, so you get that gorgeous foliage all the way throughout the year, but then in late winter you get this amazing bright yellow display. So you can grow it in pots. You can, of course, grow it in the garden, but it really wants a well-drained spot. and also as much sunshine as possible. They are amazing. And I forgot to mention, actually, the fragrance is absolutely stunning on this one as well. Lots of you gone for this. I actually ordered mine a few weeks ago, and I'll be honest, I'm going to keep mine in the pots. I've got a nice little sunny corner of my garden, but I'm going to keep it in a pot where it's going to do, I think, the very, very best. Postage is included as well. The other name for this, by the way, is Acacia delbata, but most of us know this as, of course, the flowering mimosa tree. And these can, if these are in the right spot, they can grow several metres high. So you can have them, say, as a full tree. But generally speaking, in the UK, they probably go to about 3 metres, 4 metres. And as I say, we'll absolutely appreciate a sunny spot, as sunny as possible, as warm as possible, and well-drained soil as well. But we often talk about our head gardener here, don't we?
We do indeed. He's such a clever man.
He is. So our head gardener is the wonderful Peter McDermott, and he's so knowledgeable. I mean, we learn from him. We're only the deputy gardener.
He let us have that title, though, didn't he? He was like, "Yeah, you can be deputy head gardener."
I'm quite happy with that.
I'm all right with deputy head gardener.
Yeah. But Peter does still present some of the shows. And also on our website, a lot of the products, what we're trying to do in our spare time here, we're putting online videos for lots of the products. So if you ever think, oh, should I buy so-and-so, but I wonder what position it needs, I wonder what hints and tips are available. There are online videos for a lot of our products now, and we are increasing those. But Peter was on one of the shows a few weeks ago with myself, actually, and he was talking about his favourite product, which is the Premium Professional Compost. So if you've never met Peter, here's a little clip, and then Bex and I will be back with more great plants.
We describe this as Premium Professional Compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades, we have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable, you've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's, what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. and this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah.
That's our wonderful Peter there, who cannot recommend this highly enough. I'll let you into a secret. Under that clip of film, I managed to eat a donut.
Did you eat the whole thing? No, he's left a bit over there. He hasn't finished it yet.
Right, I nearly got through it. Oh dear.
We can finish it in a minute. You can finish it in a minute.
I think I've had enough. That's the fourth one today. Anyway. On a serious note, amazing compost, and if you're trying to get your order to over £40 to get free postage, just put this in.
You are so going to use this, and you're going to use it very soon. And do remember, it comes to you in those 2 50-litre bags as well. It also comes in a cardboard box, so if you are multi-ordering, you can stack them up to use as and when you need to. But delivered direct to your door with absolutely no postage included, plus with your free gift as well, as long as you use that code. Yeah, and even if you've placed an order already, and now you think, oh, I'd like to place another one, you'll get another free gift. And I cannot emphasise enough, it's our best-selling fertiliser. It's a multi-purpose. It's really high in your NPK, all your trace elements, but that one bag makes 100 litres. Mm-hmm. You know, you can buy the ready mixed stuff, but what a waste of money. Yeah, total waste of money. It's just expensive. Yep. And you're paying for lots of water and the transport. So, free with every order. But we've also got, if you've just joined us, we've got a brilliant selection of summer bedding on pre-order. Now, summer bedding is our best seller here at YouGarden, but we've learned from previous years, sometimes we do sell out. So by reserving yours now, you just make sure that you've got your favourite summer bedding. So order now, reserve your items, making sure that you don't miss out on this season's most popular plants at the best price too. And then step 2. Your order will be sent out as soon as it's available. We are saying that's going to be in the first week of March, and it's going to be in a condition for planting. You don't need to do anything else. When it comes to the free gift with purchase, that will come out to you. If you are just placing an order for pre-order items, that free gift will come out to you in the first week of March along with your pre-order items. If you're ordering anything else in with your pre-order items, your free gift will come with the first thing that is delivered to you. Okay, so it's very, very simple. What we've got is 6 different amazing summer bedding plants, starting off with our Begoniae apricot shades. Begoniae? It's begonia, sorry. I love Begoniae. I like that. Begoniae apricot shades, and these are fantastic. You've got very up market today. We love the colours included here, and you do get lovely shades of apricot, and these planted en masse, because you've got those beautiful shades together, looks absolutely beautiful. Months of colour and very, very easy gardening. 40 Pro plugs. We have got the brilliant mini greenhouses, the propagator kit for those as well. Then we've got the 30 years of Surfinia collection. We all love petunias, but Surfinia, we were saying, as a brand, these are the amazing ones. These are the ones that trail and trail again all summer long. We're saying even, we could sometimes say meters, can't we? Yeah, honestly, these can get to sort of 3 feet potentially in trail. That's a metre, isn't it? Absolutely, yeah. These are really, really big and long and luscious, and you get, again, just months and months of flowering. Been bred to be vigorous, low maintenance, disease resistant, to be the biggest, the best and the longest lasting of the petunias.
And they do stand up a lot better to wet summers and rain as well. 6 different varieties, 3 of each, $17.98, postage included. They're one of my favourites. I love my busy Lizzys. The reason being, they are busy, they grow really quickly. But they're great at filling in gaps.
They are.
They are so low maintenance, so they don't mind sun or shade. They don't need deadheading. And the great thing is, they just fill any gap. They look great on mass, but they also look brilliant amongst other shrubs in your beds
in
and
your
borders.
mixed borders. They look fantastic, don't they? But with this particular variety as well, it's important to note that this has been bred to be disease resistant as well.
Yes,
that
good
downy
point.
mildew disease that unfortunately a lot of the busy Lizzies suffered from a few years ago. This is the breeding breakthrough that means that they are more resistant to it than other varieties out there.
And if some of you haven't grown busy Lizzies since that awful year when they did literally just shrivel up, didn't they?
Give these a go.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah.
These have been bred to be really disease resistant. They really have. So I'm sure that a lot of you have missed your busy Lizzies. They're
Absolutely.
back and bigger and stronger than ever. Then we've got more begonias, but these are the non-stop mix.
Yeah, so these are slightly more upright.
Yes.
But they're not called non-stop because, like with a lot of begonias, that these just don't know when to stop. They keep flowering. But what I love in this collection is that bright, bold colour mix. The yellows, the fiery reds, the whites, the peaches, the pinks, and they all contrast so perfectly together. Again, beautiful planted en masse as that picture shows you with all those colours mixed in.
Yeah, and 18 of those for just £12.99. Then we've got, I really like this next one.
It's clever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a fruit salad mix, and this is all about extraordinary colours, peaches and purples and whites. The palette here is absolutely divine. These are actually Calibrachoa, so they're like the mini petunias. So again, they kind of cascade, trail, and with that ice white lobelia, that just sets them off perfectly, doesn't it?
It's just the perfect balance, the perfect mix of colours and size of flowers in there. We've taken the hard work out of it for you. We've put together, I say we, the amazing people here at YouGarden, they've done the work, they've put it together to give you that designer look and feel when it comes to your baskets. Your hanging baskets are going to be the envy of the neighbourhood because they will be so, so pretty.
Wow, and you can either go for 12 plants for $14.99, but for an extra £5, you can go for 24. So many pre-orders coming in, but it's a great way of knowing that you're getting what you want at these great prices and dispatched the first week of March. And then finally, we have got the American fuchsias. Now, I've been to America many times, and it's fair to say a lot of things are bigger. The cars are bigger, the restaurants are bigger.
Well, the fuchsias are bigger as well.
They are.
These are the big ones. They're jumbo fuchsias. These are huge. We've had viewers send in pictures of the jumbo fuchsias that they've grown in previous years. They are and that is one of them. That's our lovely Eleanor's hand right there.
Thanks, Eleanor.
They are big, they're bold, they're beautiful. And again, these are just one of our biggest best sellers on a regular basis every single year. Months of colour, and they don't mind a little bit of shade either.
No, they don't. They just need a lot of food.
Yeah, feed.
Yes.
And that's part of your free gift with purchase today.
And
you do get a bag of our amazing food.
And they definitely need deadheading.
Yes.
If you don't feed and don't deadhead, that flower season can be quite short in the fuchsia. But you've got all the feed that you could need there with your free gift today.
As long as you enter the code, you can see it on the screen there, YGTV 0624, we will automatically enter your free gift with purchase into your basket.
Now, some of those plants were plug plants, pro plugs, which are the smaller ones.
Yeah, well, you get 40 of them.
Yeah, which are great value, but you will need to grow them on. And we have got this brilliant triple pack of the windowsill propagator kit. We've got an example here of some fuchsias being grown on, and we've actually got 30 plants growing here. And you get 3 of these.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
so you get
90.
3 trays at the bottom here. Now, those are watertight. There are no holes in the bottom of the tray here, obviously, to catch any drips coming through. There are drainage holes in the bottom of these so that you can water the plants. So you're getting 5 of these trays. Each of the trays holds 6 plants inside there. And you get 3 of those, plus the lids as well.
Yeah.
Perfect size so that they can fit happily onto a windowsill. So this is great. If you haven't got a greenhouse, I don't have a greenhouse, but I've got windowsills, and I can make sure that I'm growing on my plants in that beautiful environment there.
Yeah, you're only paying $9.99 today. You can use these for years, if not decades.
Yeah, you reuse
They're really
them time
good
and time
value.
again.
A lot of you have been ordering these today, actually.
Well, it's the perfect time, isn't it? Particularly if you are getting, as we say, those pro plug plants that you can grow them on in here quite happily. You could grow seeds in here as well.
Yeah,
if you're planting your seeds, these would be fantastic in here.
And actually, the trays that you've got in here, they're quite deep. Have you noticed?
They are quite deep, aren't they? I was just thinking, because I've still got my sweet pea seeds, and these are quite long, aren't they? So these would be great for the sweet peas.
They'd be perfect, actually.
There's so many things you can do with these, and remember, you can reuse them time and time again. So definite good item to put into your basket, I think.
And really affordable today, just £9.99.
And it all stacks away nicely as well when you finish with it.
Right, we're just going to nip back to our favourites table. I say ours, it's your favourites table, actually. And what we've got for you right now are just the most popular items that we've had today on YouGarden TV. And the lowest priced begonias that we've got are actually the Belgium trailing giant begonias that we have got here at just £6.99. Now, these are actually in the form of the tubers. So this is how they arrive. You get packs of 10 of these for £6.99. And all the bedding and the tubers, you do need to keep frost-free. But you could plant these inside or in a frost-free greenhouse or potting shed, get an early start, and that just means you're going to get your displays before anybody else.
Yeah.
And all you need to do, these are like bowl-shaped, so that's the bottom, the rounded bit there. This is actually slightly concave, so if I put my thumb there, I can actually feel it goes in a bit. That's the top. And what I tend to do, I plant these in seed trays, about 1 inch of compost, just a sprinkle about 1 centimetre over the top. Light water, and put them in a nice warm bright spot, and then they'll start to bud. The leaves are quite weird when they come through. They kind of, I don't know, they're kind of like reddy green colour, but they burst into life after a few weeks. And then the moment the frosts have gone, you can plant them outside and get displays like this. And at the end of the season, you can dig up the tubers and store them over winter in a dry, frost-free place. But again, Bex, the displays are wonderful, aren't they?
They really are.
Huge.
You get single colour. You get these beautiful bicolour ones included in there as well. Big blooms as well, up to 6-inch diameter we're talking about. So we are talking about really big flowers that last for such a long time as well. Particularly if you get them started off so that you can plant them out as soon as the frosts pass, you will get flowers. We're talking June all the way through to October, or even longer, depending on when those first frosts come. The favourite thing I planted last year, begonias, because they're easy gardening, weather tolerant, you know, all the summer weathers, we never know what we're going to get. These don't care either, and also they can cope with a bit of shade. So my hanging baskets and my northeast facing front door, they're going to be filled with begonias this year, and these are the ones I'm doing.
And again, £6.99, amazing value, works out less than 70 pence per begonia. Now, we get lots of new viewers at the moment.
Good morning, Christine.
Oh, yes, apparently Christine's
Shouting
new.
out. Yep, Christine's new. She's watching us on Facebook. She's asking, when are we live?
Lots of
Stuart's
people
asking,
are.
I'm not
Lots
sure.
of people are. So we're live, and it changes month to month.
Yes.
But at the moment, for February, every Wednesday and Thursday, 10 till 1. And then on a Sunday...
We do 10 till 2, so we do a little 4-hour marathon on a Sunday. We do try and bring in something new in every single show as well, so there's always something interesting and new to watch. If we ever change those times, we will try and let you know, obviously.
And also, if you miss a show, then it's really easy to stream. So if you go on our website, you look for the YouGarden TV logo, click on that, and it will go, if we're live, you'll see the live show, but if you're not, it will say missed a show, and you can catch up. And also on YouTube, if you've got, most smart TVs connected to the internet have got a YouTube app, a bit like your Netflix and your Amazon and things. Click on YouTube, just type in YouGarden, all one word, and then all the previous shows will come up.
There's loads on there as well.
Yeah.
And you can watch us there when we're live as well. And if you subscribe to the YouGarden channel, it doesn't cost you anything. You'll get notifications to tell you when we're going live, which is also quite handy.
And then don't forget, we're also on QVC as well. We've got different shows throughout the weeks on QVC, which is Freeview, Channel 16, or sometimes Freeview 37.
It's good watching us in the potting shed as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just good to have choice.
It's lovely.
Yeah, we love doing all of that, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So thank you to everyone. Right, bit of what we call housekeeping. So the shows always have an offer code. changes every week, but you always need to use that because it unlocks all these special promotions, and you will get your free gift. So we're saying about the begonias $6.99, but only if you use that offer code.
Yeah, so it takes off any of the savings. It adds in a buy one get one free. It adds in the double up deals. We've given a free gift with purchase every week since we first started broadcasting from our potting shed here. So it's well worth shopping direct with us at YouGarden because we do offer some amazing prices, amazing offers, and we also have an amazing discount club where you can get even more savings as well.
Yes, and don't forget, all of the fully winter hardy plants do come with a lifetime guarantee. So if they don't survive, let us know. We'll replace them free of charge, and all you pay is the postage. That's on anything that's fully winter hardy. Now,
this next one isn't.
Yeah, this one isn't. This is tender. This needs to be protected from frost.
Absolutely, but it's beautiful.
Oh,
It is gorgeous. I think this is our weird and wonderful section, which I mean in the most positive way. I think it's so unusual, so exotic, just absolutely stunning, and we're all going to try it, aren't we? We're all going to grow this year. It is a climber, so you need something for it to climb up, and it being tender, I'm going to suggest you have a look at our tower pot on the website because it's a self-supporting tower pot. Which means that it being a tender plant, it means it's really easy for you to move, when there's any frost coming up. So I'm going to be growing mine in a tower pot.
Just look at the flowers there, because
stunning.
They're extraordinary. Because the stamens, rather than being in the centre of the flower, they're at the bottom, aren't they?
Well, I think because it opens like this, and the petals then reflex, so they open up and down, and that's what opens up. I feel like that might be upside down. I don't know. No, there's stamens in the centre, and then what you've got are the anthers that's showing with the orange and the green bits there as well.
Amazing, aren't they?
It's incredible. You've got
just
brush strokes of those bright
this world,
reds.
Isn't it?
It looks alien.
Yeah.
Again, in the most positive way, it looks like it doesn't belong on this planet. I think it's so beautiful.
I'm just gobsmacked by its beauty.
I love that word.
It's like a designer plant.
It is so pretty. It has a light sweet scent to it as well, which is often used in perfumes too. So I am so excited to grow this. Now, they climb anywhere between 1 metre and 1.5 meters. And what we did read on the packet, let's show you, because it says planting depth was 3 to 4 inches, plant spacing 4 to 6 inches. So again, with the tower pot, I'm going to plant all 3 in the one pot, which means I'm going to get a really nice full display in the tower pot. And look.
I know, they're just so extraordinary, aren't they?
They are extraordinary. I'm going to suggest that is the top. I think so, because look, you can see by the ends. Whereas if I turned it over this way, you can see the difference, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, these are new to us. We've never grown these. Never
grown it. So excited. Absolutely going to grow it this year. I will keep you posted on progress on my Instagram and Facebook. So excited to grow that. Get them started now, though.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, in terms of getting them started, whether I'd start them even in an airing cupboard or something to give them a really warm
I'm going to look into that a bit more.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might start them inside in
I'll do some research on that.
Really warm place.
Potentially, because these are African. They're from East Africa.
They're the national flower for Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally thrilled about this one, honestly.
Really
and
popular.
So many people have been going for it, and I'm glad that you're sharing our excitement and enthusiasm, so we can all share our flame lily growing stories this year.
But they are not frost hardy.
No.
They're tender. So outside in the summer, they'll be great, but you will need to protect them as it gets.
And if you've got a lovely conservatory, Shaun's just had a new conservatory built. It could live happily in a conservatory.
Do you know what? My conservatory at the moment is just, because I've got lots of plants of begonias, because it's been really cold, a lot of them they're alive, but they look.
Yeah, so you put them all in the conservatory?
Yeah, because I've got things like a bird of paradise.
Right.
What else have I got? A banana plant, lots of sort of like really quite tender things. So they're all in the conservatory, but they don't look. It's not, you know, you imagine a conservatory full of these wonderful big plants. At the moment, there's lots of like quite
limp-looking
ones, quite poorly looking plants. They're all alive. They'll be fine. But yeah. Mother house like, oh, what?
I thought you were good at this gardening thing.
It's all my really tender stuff that I've just brought inside because it needs it. But it's all fine.
Yeah, of course it will be.
But they'd be great in consumption. Right. What else we got for you?
Okay, so we've got the fiery shades mix of the apricot begonias here. So we showed you the begonia apricot shades. These have the extra zing factor because you've got that lovely bright red edging on the petals there. They are, again, as we say with all the begonias, flower power, amazing displays. June, July, August, September, October, tolerant of all the summer weathers, guaranteed displays for months, and these do gently trail, but they're just easy, spectacular gardening.
And I tell you what, that double up deal is really good.
So
again,
good.
For an extra £5, you can go for 20 tubers.
Fantastic.
Now the great thing is, as I mentioned, the tubers, you can store them and they'll come back year after year. Just keep them frost free and dry during the winter.
Yeah.
And they'll come back. And the tubers actually grow in size, so they will get bigger and bigger over the next few years. My friend's got some begonia tubers, and they're literally the size of the palm of his hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's had them years.
Big.
They're like massive things.
I bet they create some nice displays.
Yeah, I think he only puts about... I think he might even just put one in some of his small baskets. They're really big.
because they'll grow nice and big.
Yeah. So the double up deal there, you can go for 20 for £14 and 98
With the double up deal, put 2 in your basket and enter the code, and it will take the extra money off. Buy one, get one free, you put 1 in. Double up deal, you put 2.
By the way, if you still want to chat with us, you've got about half an hour or so. We would love you to come through Facebook, YouTube, and you can email ygtv@yougarden.com.
Yeah. Catherine, you sent a question. Apparently, I'm going to answer it for you after the show. It's about hostas. So I'll get back to you after the show.
I'm intrigued now.
I'll get back to you after the show.
Hostas.
Love hostas. They're great. All right, so moving on to our hibiscus, which is the chiffon lavender.
Love this one.
Yeah, it's really, really pretty. It's part of the chiffon range, so that means that you're getting extra beauty going on with the petals here. They have lovely ruffled petals.
Now, there are lots of different varieties of hibiscus.
Are.
Some are not hardy. This one is hardy. It's about -10. Very easy to grow. They're just like a sunny spot. Soil type, they're not that fussy.
No, they don't mind. Range of soils.
But sunny is best for these.
If you want the flowers, you need the sun. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Do give them a good feed as well. I mean, that's pretty much standard with most of the plants we've got on the show. However, these are I love these because they're kind of late summer.
Yeah, transitional flowers.
Yeah.
So this is one that falls into that late summer, early autumn category. When a lot of flowers are starting to fade, these will still be going. In fact, they'll probably be at their best. Yeah. So it does help just transition that season.
I was just thinking, Mum's got one of these in a border where she's got lupins and she's got poppies. And generally speaking, the poppies and lupins are going back when this is really coming into its own. Very, very easy. I'd say moderate growing in terms of how quickly it grows.
Yeah, but a nice, neat shape.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't need much like trimming and pruning and shaping at all. It naturally grows into a nice, neat shrub.
Yeah, and they don't tend to get leggy.
No.
But they are absolutely beautiful. And the fact that you're getting 2 today, if you double it, you get 2 for £14 and 98 pence. So that's 511067.
Don't worry if there's no foliage, though. They are late with their foliage. So
honestly, my mum, every year, she's like,
it's gone.
Oh, I've lost my hibiscuses this year. I'm like, no, Mum, they'll be fine.
I love your Carol impression. It's the best.
That's exactly what I should do. My mum might be watching today. my mum's got a man friend over today.
Is she? They're sitting watching us together.
She's got a toy boy called Terry.
If she's going to tell you off, you know, you're going to be in trouble.
I love Terry, he's great. And he's 91.
It's quite impressive, isn't it?
Honestly, he's got better eyes and ears than me. He doesn't even need reading glasses.
Isn't Terry the one that got into gardening, like, literally in the last few years because of your mum?
True story, Terry's 91. And he only got into gardening the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And he's actually really good. He's very modest, but he's
really good.
Yeah.
See, it's never too late, is it? Never too late.
I don't know if my mum's happy that Terry's now really good at gardening. But it's never too late. And do you know, I mean, he spends a lot of time by himself, so I think he really enjoys getting out in the garden.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to say hello to another new viewer. Hello, Shah. Good morning. No, good afternoon. She's watching us on YouTube. Shah, stick around. We've got another half an hour worth of talking about plants to share with you.
But thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so we've got our beautiful hellebores to talk to you about next. Now, these are fantastic. These are fantastic for those winter flowers. You know, when you've got those winter blues because nothing else is going on in the garden, your hellebores are going to be flowering for you. And these start around December. They keep going January, February. Look how fabulous they are now. We're in the middle of February, and these will keep going into March as well because these are the Christmas Carol variety.
Yeah.
Bred for more upright flowers, longer flowering season, and more flowers in general. They're beautiful, and you get a mixture of colours as well. Bright whites on there, but then they age, and you get these lovely tones of the greens, and then these lovely kind of blush pinks as well. Shaun coined it the shabby chic look, which I really like.
I like that.
I do. I think it's a perfect description when you get those lovely shabby chic colours going on.
I just adore hellebores. And I always think it's amazing how beautiful these look, even on the most miserable of winter days. You can wake up and think, oh my word, it's grey and dull out there, it's cold. But these look amazing.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, some winter flowering plants will still only really look great in full sunshine. These look great even on the most miserable of days.
They really do.
And they're like a shady spot.
They don't mind shade, and they come back for you year after year as well. They're a perennial. This isn't an annual that you have to rebuy every year. They will come back for you. They get bigger and better as well. They do die down a little bit in summer. They don't like the heat. They're a bit like Shaun. They don't like the sun. But then they come back for you in the winter.
It's the sun that doesn't like me.
Oh, that's what it is.
Because I'm, you know, look at my colour and I'm so, you know, ginger
half
beard.
Ginger.
Yeah, I call myself half ginger. I'm like a tabby cat, actually. I'm just with ridiculous colours. I mean, I am. But anyway, yeah, they just love it when it's a bit cold.
They're fantastic, and they just give you that beautiful colour when not a lot else is going on in the garden. And as our lovely Stuart just said, that lovely kind of sunshine pop of yellow in the middle is really pretty.
The one thing I will say with hellebores, they don't particularly like being moved. So if you try and give them their forever home, I mean, you can move them, but they're not a plant that loves being moved around all the time. Right, we have got an absolute steal of a deal with our Tuscany pots right now. However, we don't think there's going to be enough stock left.
No.
Potentially for our Sunday show.
And we don't often say this because we're live a little bit, but then a lot of the shows are streamed. We do try and make sure we're bringing you things that have got deep stocks.
Yeah.
So this is a genuine, you know, warning as far as the stock levels are concerned.
Are we talking just a few hundred of these then now?
I think so, basically.
Yeah.
So they've been selling really quickly yesterday, and we've had lots of orders today. I got 10. I'm not going to lie, I put an order in for 10 this morning. I'm going to create some lovely things this year. So if people keep buying in the numbers and quantities that they've been doing so far, this is why we think we might be struggling on Sunday.
And if they are here on Sunday, we will be probably talking just a handful. So these are normally £12.99 each. You've got £1 saving!
Yay!
Which is not enough. But actually, well, pound's a pound.
Pound's a pound.
But you're getting a free one as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's really good.
It's crazy, isn't it? We've taken £1 off and we're giving you a free one. We're paying you £1 to take another one from us.
for the equivalent of £6, that is a really nice looking pot.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It really is. And not only does it look great from a design and practical point of view, it's really good. Lots of drainage holes. You've actually got 8 drainage holes. But also, can you see here, you've actually got, if I just show you here, you've got the little...
The raised bit.
Yeah, I call them like little gullies almost. But can you see, that allows water to really drain away. If that was completely flat, sometimes pots can get waterlogged, even though there's holes in the bottom because it was on a really flat surface. There's still nowhere for the water to go. But there, the water can drain beautifully. But also, the size of these makes them really versatile. They're 30 litres. So, yeah, something like the paper tree.
Paper bush.
A lot of trees
Beautiful.
would be really happy in here, wouldn't they? What are you after? Mimosa?
I'm after them all. Because I think, actually, there are so many things. So the salix, the pussy willow going in there, the pink against the black is going to be fantastic.
Just think about
That's pretty,
Some
isn't
whites
it?
as well, those hellebores.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, I like that.
That is gorgeous,
That's
isn't it?
beautiful. So
Ooh,
there's
I'm getting
one.
excited like
I'm getting
that.
another. I'm getting another. Hold on. Hold the line.
I'm going to really say it now. You need to get your order in on these. You really do. And you're going to get your free gift. Don't forget your blooming fast. So the castor oil plants, the Fatsia.
Love the Fatsia in there. Obviously, that'll be like this.
Was that too much? No.
No, never too much,
No.
Shaun. Honestly, they're so versatile. There's so many things that can go in these pots, and that's why I've ordered 10 of them, and
Yeah.
lots of people are placing big orders for these.
So I know that the stock has massively gone down since yesterday, and I would definitely get them to say, if you multi-order, because Bex, you bought 10, didn't you? 5
Yeah, I
lots
was
of
going to
2.
say that. I definitely paid less than $11.99.
But your club members well.
Yeah, I logged in. Club discount.
Yeah.
That's what it was, wasn't it? It was club discount.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the club discount.
So if you're a club member, you will get 10. Did you get 10% off this? Sometimes pots.
Yeah, no, it definitely gave me discount. I'd have to check my list. Yeah, I'm sure.
Check your order.
I can get me order.
But if you do multi-order these, get your order to over £40, you'll get free delivery. And if you're a club member, you do get 10% off them as well. So it's really good value, isn't it?
I got 10 pounds.
We're not joking
Okay.
here, right? So what did you
It's
get?
essentially I got them for four. It's $4.49 each for 10 pots. And I got my free Blooming Fast
Hang on, that seems like that's
fertiliser in the
still lower
deal.
than it should be, isn't it?
Well, it must be my club discount.
Can we try it? Can we try it
I
online?
like that. Well,
See,
that's what I think. There must be a multi-buy
can we
saving.
try it online now?
Can we have a
so you
little
bought
look?
5 lots, didn't you?
I bought 5 lots, put the code in
Right,
to
let's
get
have
my
a
buy
go.
one, get one free, and so I got 10.
Sometimes there are extra hidden promotions that we don't know about. So, here we go, you see. So, there you go. So if you are...
Ah, there we go, look.
And you'd still get your 10% discount as club members.
So, yeah,
Wow.
get them in multiples. We're going to put 2 in the basket, and then we put the code in.
Then put the code
What's your
in.
TV 0624?
And then you get 2 free.
That's £5 each, essentially, when you're talking about 4. But then if we become a club member, oh, it's $8.99 for 2. So $4.49 each.
Oh, my word, so that's where you got it.
So I've got multiples plus a club discount.
Do you know what? You're not daft, and we kept thinking, oh, it's weird that people are buying 8s and 10s of these.
There you go, that's why.
You knew that extra promotion was on the website. We didn't even know that.
Didn't
did
even
we?
know that.
So, so there you go. Look, there's less. We're down to double digits, less than 100 of those. So if you want them,
Get them quick.
yeah, that's why.
Yeah, there we go.
So we kept hearing, oh, somebody's bought 10 of those, somebody's bought 8 of those. Now we know why. Right, this is something that I'm buying. And you're buying now, aren't you?
I think I have to.
It's one of those that.
The thing is, I've got a lot on the list, but yeah, I think I have to.
Oh, right. So the fragrance.
Oh, it's so good.
We were saying it is like a viburnum.
It's so.
But even it's better.
It's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's.
I
wish I could.
Do you know what it reminds me of as well?
What?
A cross between a viburnum and a gardenia.
Oh, gardenia. That's
Do you agree?
it, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to say we need Greg Wallace here to be able to use his, smell to tell us what it smells
Do you know,
like.
my sense of smell is atrocious, and I dread it when people say, "What does that flower smell like?"
I know, because I'm like, it smells like a flower.
Yeah, but even with my poor sense of smell, I can really.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is. It's cross between a.
Gardenia, that's it, isn't it? It's gardenia.
Yeah. It's gardenia-esque.
Gorgeous smell,
Right,
honestly.
let's tell you about this extraordinary plant. It's called the Edgeworthia Chrysanthemum Grande Flora, but we know it as the paper bush.
The
don't we?
paper bush, absolutely. Called paper bush because it's grown widely in Japan to make paper. I
Yeah.
love the common names.
I
How
do.
they really are descriptive of what it is.
Yeah. Well, I grew up just knowing the popular names, so sometimes
Yeah.
I get my teeth and tongue and mouth in a twist when it's the long names. But I love the fact that you get the flowers before the foliage, a bit like a magnolia. So it's really striking.
It's so striking.
And the way it grows, Bex, it kind of twists and turns a bit, doesn't it?
It does, but I like the growth of it. It's got this kind of neat sort of symmetry going on with it. Not something that you have to prune into any particular shape. It sort of naturally grows into that shape. The flowers themselves are super interesting. In fact, Stuart, could we show that picture that was sent in by our lovely Graham? Because they're clusters, Philip, sorry. They're clusters of flowers, in actual fact. It's not one flower. It's like clusters of these tubular yellow flowers.
They're extraordinary,
They're
aren't they?
really pretty. And then, obviously, I'm talking about that scent that comes off them as well. The smell is divine.
It's just amazing, this
I
one.
love it.
And it doesn't grow too big, so only about 1.5 metres?
Yeah, maximum, and quite slow growing. So this is Philip's or Graham's now. I've got mixed up. Philip. Sorry, Philip. This is our lovely Philip's. He sent these in. That's not Philip's. That's Eleanor's fuchsias.
I know. We were like,
there we go. That's the one.
We were still pleased to see those again, Eleanor.
Always. But look, can you see how it's a cluster?
Yeah.
And they're sort of tubular flowers that come out, and they're sort of opening around the edge. And what I can only imagine is that they're going to gradually open towards the centre as well. I think they're fascinating. He's got a pair of them either side of his gateway, which is perfect because the smell every time he walks in through his gate.
Oh, yeah, it's good planting, that, isn't it?
So good.
Now, we
February
do
to
say
April.
hardy to -5.
Yes.
Now, they may survive worse temperatures. I mean, he told us that his has survived -10, but we say -5.
We're saying -5.
Just so you're not disappointed.
Obviously, that means that it might need just a little bit of extra winter protection, a bit of mulch, maybe a little fleece around it, just to give it that duvet over the winter months in order to keep it, nice and secure.
Oh.
I want one, and I'm going to... I think I'm going to go for it and put it into my Tuscany pot.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I need to order more Tuscany pots. But yeah, I think that would be nice because then I can move it wherever I need to. The extra couple of degrees of putting it by a house, that can sometimes make the difference with these more tender plants.
It can make the difference between survival or not.
Yeah.
But that's been really popular today. It is 511 366, and it is down by an extra £5. But it's extraordinary. So one of the things I love about working here at YouGarden with Bex and the team, we always learn every week because there's always some really unusual plants.
Always something new.
Yeah.
The flame lily, exactly. That one's new to us all, and we're all going to give that a go. That's
I think
exciting.
the most unusual today, definitely, the flame lily, the Edgeworthia. I think the mimosa's pretty unusual as well, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's our weird and wonderful category.
Yeah,
there's nothing else weird and wonderful. Oh, wait, the nerines.
Yeah,
we haven't
nerines
talked about the nerines.
Anyway, right. And actually, we've got...
Getting told off.
We have got some unusual peonies as well. We're not going to have time to show you everything, but it's all on our website as well. But let's remind you of some of the stunning plants and some of the great deals we've had today live on YouGarden TV. Now, this amazing cherry tree, this is a buy one, get one free. And it is the almond Prunus chiloba. So nice and compact. It's going to burst into magnificent blossom in springtime. And what is so lovely, all the blossom comes out before the leaves are fully established, so you just get this cloud of pink. Very easy to grow, just loves a sunny spot. And this one, again, if you're going for those big Tuscany planters, this one would be very happy in those. But I love the shape of it, don't you? It's just magical. And for me, whenever I see blossom trees in the springtime, it just makes me feel so good. They are incredibly beautiful. 500, 126, the value. We've got a lot of stock of that. So we are doing a very special deal today. Buy one and get one absolutely free. That is an extraordinary price, really is. Then we brought you lots of different begonias, but the most affordable has got to be the Belgium trailing giant begonia. So these arrive as tubers. You need to keep them frost-free, but you can start planting them right now inside or in a warm greenhouse. But these will flower all summer long. They don't mind sun or shade. They're great in light shade as well. They don't demand, they just give. Yeah, we've all got friends, haven't we, that just give and don't demand. These are your begonias that just will give you the most amazing displays with the most minimum amount of effort. $6.99, loads are you going for those 10 tubers, saving £8 today. $6.30, $1.93. Then the lovely Fatsia japonica, they're known as the castor oil plant, spider's web. So this does really well in kind of dappled shade. It is winter hardy. It will flower in winter as well. When it gets established, you get these quite strange sort of like, I don't know how to describe them, like white bally type flowers. They're really nice. You get those in wintertime, followed by the berries, but for me it's all about the foliage. These amazing leaves, and this variety is variegated, so you get all the cream tones in there as well. Looks really kind of tropical, but it does beautifully well here in the UK. 510 910. Then another favourite, the Mimosa. So these are from the Mediterranean. You'll find them in, I've seen them in France, Spain. I've seen them in New Zealand actually as well. But they are evergreen, so you get this fabulous fern-like foliage all year round. But then in late winter, they burst into this amazing sea of yellow. And all of those little flowers, they are like fuzzy little pom-poms, and they smell divine, I should say, as well. Now, it can be quite fast growing, so it can grow 2 or 3 feet even in a year, but it does need sun. So you want it south-facing, and you do want it to have well-drained soil as well. They're the key things, because it is only hardy to -5. I say only. -5 is pretty good, but to get the best out of it, you want a sunny spot, well-drained soil, or you might want to grow it in a pot. Depending on where you live in the UK, it might work out better to have that in a pot where you can give it that extra little bit of protection as well. Down to $24.99 with postage included today, and that's 510 235. Known as Mimosa or Acacia dilbata is the posh name for it. Then the flame lily. Oh, how amazing is this? I mean, it's a climber. Now again, this needs to be protected from the frost. So it's an outdoor plant in a pot in the summertime. It's a conservatory plant. You get 3 tubers at £7.99. So I would start them off, obviously inside at the moment, a nice warm room, so on a windowsill. So I might even be tempted to start those off in an airing cupboard, something like that. And then once it starts to sprout, nice bright room, and in the summertime you can have that outdoors in a patio pot as well. But they are extraordinary. 630 075. You get 3 tubers for just £7.99. Then we've got, I love our propagator kit. Now I'm lucky, I've finally got a greenhouse. I feel I've waited a lifetime to get a greenhouse, but you know what? You don't need a greenhouse. There are many great alternatives, and this is certainly one of them. All you need is a windowsill for this. So you get 3 of the big trays, and inside those you've got 5 of the smaller trays. So each one of these will hold 30 plants. So that's 90 in total. And the great thing is the main trays that they sit in do not have drainage holes. So the smaller ones that you're looking at right now, they've got drainage holes in them, great. But the big long trays that these sit in are solid, so you're not going to get water just pouring out the bottom onto your windowsill and ruining the paintwork or anything like that. They also come with the lids, but it is a brilliant little system, so you can grow on things like the plug plants that we've got on pre-order, seeds, anything like that, and you can use this propagator kit year after year after year. Really good value at just £9.99, and that is 120,034. What? I tell you what, we've had the busiest Thursday in a long time.
Hasn't it, today?
It really has.
I think everyone's feeling spring in the air. They're all getting excited.
Spring is in the air. It is.
Every time I look around.
Yeah, it is. Right, just quickly.
We've got 10 minutes left.
We've only got 10 minutes. Your free gift is the Blooming Fast. I think loads of people have placed several orders today because you're going to get one of those with every order. So if you ordered early and you're thinking, hang on, I've seen something else I like, place a second order, you'll get another gift.
Yeah, and it's well worth placing multiple orders. Obviously, you can place an order over £40, enter the code, and we will take off any postage costs. So that's a really good one to get to. Everything, though, is unlocked by our magic key code, which is just on the screen here, YGTV0624.
Yes.
Quick run through of the last few products that we've got to show you. So the first one is the Nerines. Now, Shaun, you grew these for the first time last year, didn't you?
I did, and do you know what? It got to about July, August. I was like, oh, those Nerines haven't flowered.
They're rubbish.
Yeah, I just had leaves. And I realised, because I'd never grown them before, they don't actually flower till late summer. Well, actually autumn.
Yes.
And mine flowered October, and I have to say it was worth the wait. Amazing.
So it's between September and November, essentially, is when you'll get the flowers.
Yeah, so I was bang on,
right in the middle, yeah.
October.
Depending on where you are. Trick is not to plant them too deep, otherwise you won't get flowers, you'll just get foliage. So these are a bit like your... Oh, come on.
Peony.
No,
Christmas.
Oh,
amaryllis.
There you go. You just have to say one word. You're going to look. This is what they look like. We're going to leave the neck of that poking out of the top of the compost. So don't plant them too deep, otherwise you'll get foliage and no flowers. But these are brilliant for getting that late colour when all your other, a lot of your other flowers are faded. This is what you want in your garden, and with this one, you're getting a unique blend and mix of colours. Because you don't often get this mix. This is kind of an exclusive colour mix for YouGarden.
By the way, lots of orders still coming in. But don't forget, if you've got a basket open right now, if you get it to over £40, you'll get free delivery. So there might just be one or two extra items to give you that free delivery. Right, I love this peony. This is on my list. Yeah,
this is gorgeous, isn't it? Love this yellow colour, and then that lovely orange bit in the centre as well. Really making those petalicious petals, now, really yellow petals stand out.
Of all the words you've made up over the past 24 hours, Bex.
Petalicious is one of the favourites.
I like that one. I like that one.
We like this one.
Now, this is actually a hybrid, isn't it?
It's a hybrid of the traditional perennial peony and the tougher tree peonies. So what you're getting with this, I think, is all of the good things of those two things. You're getting the beauty, the colour, and the robustness, and you're getting all of that in the one peony.
And what I like about that breeding, a lot of peonies need supporting the traditional ones, but this one I'm presuming won't.
Hopefully not. With the tree peony thing in there as well, it should just be a bit more robust and a bit stronger. As the colour suggests, you'll get a lovely lemon citrus scent from this. Lovely frilly ruffled petals. Those beautiful centres on there. Long-lived, these peonies. You know, they'll come back for you year after year after year. They will take a couple of years to establish. Hopefully in the first year you'll get a couple of flowers, but it's year 2, year 3. That's when it goes boom and you get loads of flowers.
Now, am I right in saying, Bex, that when this was first bred, the initial roots sold for a fortune?
Was that this one? 1,000? Yeah, Stu's saying $1,000
was it
or something.
I think it was this one, wasn't it?
Yes, he's right. Yes, you're right.
I mean,
you've got such a good memory, Shaun.
Oh, it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss.
It is amazing, though. Look at it.
I remember odd things, and I just remember that really stood out. It's on our website, but it says the initial one sold for $1,000. Obviously, the price has come down since then.
It does have the Royal Horticultural Society Award, so this is a proven performer. Get it started, get it planted out.
And you can do the double-up deal. I'm definitely going for that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That's look amazing, isn't it? Right, I know we're rapidly running out of time.
Yeah, sorry.
We sell skyscraper lilies. We sell loads of them actually in YouGarden. And we do the mixed selection, but the most popular variety, certainly one of them, is the Métis. So we are doing this as an individual pack, 5 bulbs, for $7.99, or you can double up and go for 10 of these for $12.99. Is this your favourite, Bex?
I love this one. This is the one I'm growing this year. I love lilies. I've got loads of lilies in my garden. I haven't grown the skyscrapers, and I'm excited to grow them. So this is the one I'm growing. Skyscraper is what the name suggests. These can reach up to 6 feet in height. And each one of these bulbs will have a nice, thick, strong stem, which hopefully won't need any supporting, but it will carry 20 blooms on it. First year, we don't think it'll get to 6 feet. We're thinking maybe 4 feet and multiple blooms. But again, because because this is a perennial, because it's going to get bigger and better for you over the years, then that's when we're talking about a tree lily, 6 feet in height and 20 plus blooms on there, sweetly scented as well.
And when you look at the price, you're getting 5 bulbs for $7.99. So you're talking about $160 a bulb. The size that these grow to and the displays that they bring for that kind of small amount of money is amazing, actually.
For years as well. Yeah. Because you've got to multiply that price out for the years that these will display for you. Stu's had his for 7 or 8 years, I think it was, he said. 7 years. And it's still going strong and will continue to go strong. So that really does.
And they are regarded as winter hardy. You know, most people, well, nearly everyone leaves them in the ground. If you live in a particularly cold area, you might want to mulch them.
Yeah.
But also, we are talking about the biggest lilies that we do, as Beck said. 6 foot, amazing.
I'm so excited to grow those. I know exactly where they're going to go.
And fragrant, of course, as
fragrant,
well.
yeah, absolutely. Beautifully fragrant, too.
Right, so, Bex, you bought 10 pots today, the Tuscanys. 8 of them are going to have dahlias in, aren't they?
I'm going to go 8 pots, I think. That's what I was planning. I just need to sit down and work it all out. But yes, I'm going with 8 pots of dahlias. I think I must have to add this cactus mix in there. I think I have to, don't I? It's beautiful. It's going to fill those pots with just beautiful colour. July, August, September, October. It's going to give me cut flowers on a weekly basis to be able to bring into my home, because I'm going to have that many varieties and that many dahlias going on. I'm so excited about this year's garden.
Do you know what I'm really pleased about? I
just had a little...
But I'm really pleased that dahlias have had a real renaissance, because they went out of favour a bit, which is ridiculous, but a lot of top garden designers, and you'll know if you watch the mainstream garden programmes, they're all using dahlias.
They are.
There are, I think there's about 57,000 different types of dahlias now. So the breeders have worked really hard to create spectacular dahlias. And again, so easy to grow, sunny spot, well drained. But again, you do need to keep the tubers frost-free.
You do indeed, but get them now and start them off, because if you start them off now, it means you will get better displays for much longer over the summer. And that's what we all want, isn't it?
Of course we do.
They're odd-looking things, these tubers.
Yeah.
If you've never seen dahlia tubers before, they are weird-looking things. But this is...
There you go.
But that's where the shoot is, so you can see which way round it's going to go into your pots. Start them off frost-free. As soon as the frosts are past, plant them out. There's a few little tricks you can do with dahlias. There's this pinching out thing that you can do, which will help to create a bushier plant, which will then give you more and more flowers.
But that top
I might do a video on that
must be about an inch or 2 below the ground, and that's it.
A couple of inches below the ground.
But you can start them off now, just keep them frost-free. At the end of the summer, a lot of people lift their dahlias and then just dry them out. Again, keep them in a frost-free place. Some people leave them in the ground, but then it's a bit of a chance whether they come back or not.
You've got to decide that based on where you live and what your conditions are like, basically. They need to be kept frost-free is the advice that we are giving you.
I will be able to tell you loads about dahlias after September, because I've got a specialist coming to the garden club.
Garden club.
Because one that I've never divided dahlias and things. There's a bit of an art to it, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, there is. I know there is. So
he's coming a bit late. We need him to come earlier.
You ought to come to that one.
I definitely will. Yes, please.
And then we'll be able to tell you even a little bit more about dahlias. Because we've got a real expert coming to our club.
Right, so we're going to talk to you about our amazing pots. We don't have time for Lily of the Valley, but it is available. If you go onto our show page, you can find all of the products that we've got there.
Is it potty time?
It is potty time. Let's go over to the compost, shall we? Let's go on the compost.
That did sound a bit wrong, potty time.
So these have been the most amazing, most popular pots that we have brought you. We've got a whole selection of those as well, by the way. You can shop our entire website, but these are our highest recommendation. These are the ones that I placed my order for this morning. I've got 10 pots in total. I placed an order for 5 and I got 5 free because these are a buy one get one free.
And we only discovered, thanks to you at home, that there's a multi-buy option. So the more you buy,
the price comes down.
The price goes right down. So Bex, you looked at your order and you're like, hang, because Bex ordered 5 lots of these, so 10 in total. And you ended up paying, was it $44.98 in total, and that's because I basically got it for $9.99 because I'm ordering 10, and I've got my club discount 10% come off there as well. So £4.50 a pot is what I've paid for these. So the more you buy of these, the lower the price becomes.
Exactly, yes.
But we
are running out.
We do not think These are going to be round on Sunday. Can we just show you that promotion one final time, please, Stu? Because it's really good.
It is really good.
Right, anyone that's got these in the baskets, place your order now because we are not going to have enough stock.
We don't think there's going to be enough left.
So we've put 2 in the basket.
So one should be $11.99. If we add 2, it comes to $9.99 each.
Then you use the code.
That's it. Then we enter that code YGTV0624. So now we're getting 4 for $9.99.
But if we add some more, so should we go for
pair?
You ordered 8, didn't you?
No,
10. Sorry.
I put.
So you put 5.
5 lots in. That's it. So we've had 5 in the basket. We've got 5 free, and that's where that's where you become a club member to get the price that I paid.
Yeah, but come on, look at that.
So yeah, $9.99 per pair, £4.50 each.
So we've got 10 now, and the free gift for under £50, and the club membership.
That's it.
It's
so good, isn't it?
Amazing.
And this is obviously why this has been such a popular one today. Get hold of this while you can, please, because as we say, we don't think we're going to have any more of these left.
And we have looked on the system, and it doesn't look like there's any more coming in the next few weeks. We don't know when they're actually next going to be here, do we?
We're asking questions.
We've got lots of other great pots on our website. We've got loads of pots, but they're definitely the best value at the moment, and they're really attractive as well.
Yeah.
Right. Can we just say, thank you so much. We've had the busiest Thursday in a long time.
Really busy Thursday. Yeah. So thank you very much. It's really nice to see, and you know, all our regulars are here, and it's been really nice to see some new names coming into the chat as well.
You're here Sunday. I'm not actually here Sunday.
No.
Have you got the handsome one?
I've got the handsome one in. Handsome Dan.
So imagine me, 2 inches taller, 10 years younger, with muscles, and a dark beard. Is Dan only 40?
He turned 40, didn't he?
Anyway.
So,
Dan will be here Sunday. Bex will be like this. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
There she went. Jokes about Dan's a great friend of ours. We know
he is. He's a lovely boy. Lovely boy?
He is. He's a lovely lad. He's our dad. Right, just really quickly, if you want your compost, then today you do get, even if you already placed an order, you're thinking, oh, actually, no, should have bought some compost. It's free delivery, and you will get your free gift worth $4.99. And the free gift today, for everyone that's still placing orders, it's a really good one because that will make 100 litres of our premium plant feed. Cannot emphasise enough what a difference this is going to make to pretty much all of your plants this year. Really high in your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium, your trace elements, and an amazing plant food which will make 20 to 25 watering cans.
Standard watering can is about sort of 4 or 5 litres, isn't it? So it's a lot included as your free gift there.
Right, Bex.
Don't forget your compost, though. It's the peak time when people are buying compost at this time of year. You get to finish your donut now.
I'm going to finish my donut. It's going to be hard, actually. But thank you to everyone. Keep placing your orders. And don't forget you can stream any of the shows you missed on YouTube and on our website as well. You're supposed to finish. Go on.
Bye.
Bye.